bigger, better? That's the question for tonight, okay? Is it better for sex? Is it better for romance? Is it better for love? Is having bigger tits, bigger ass, bigger dicks, bigger money, bigger wallets? Is it better for life in general? Or do we just go along to get along, right? If it's a group of guys and a girl with a fat ass walks by, you don't want to be the odd guy out of the five that are saying, yo, I smash. Even if one of you wouldn't smash and don't like that big ass, you're going to go along with the crowd, right? So do we just go along with the crowd when it comes to big? I got stories about big dicks I'm going to share with you tonight. I'll let you know if in my life it was bigger and better or not. So that's what we're talking about tonight. So good to see you tonight. Hold me down in the chat. Let's take care of a little business. I am on the block with Jen on all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. On the block with Jen at Gmail. If you want to throw a topic suggestion in there, okay? That's not where you go to propose to me. I'm not interested, all right? I get a couple marriage proposals in there. Save your breath. Not doing it, okay? With that said, I welcome all topics in there, okay? That's my suggestion box. If you got a beef, come to me directly. I always say that. Don't go running like a bitch into my comments. That's what On the Block with Jen at Gmail is for, or slide into my DMs, okay? Don't fuck with me, all right? Go in there and do it in there. Don't act the monkey ass fool in my comments. You don't want to get blocked, and I don't want you to get blocked because I need you for my algorithm, right? So everybody's welcome. Trust and believe. This is just like any other block in New York City. Everybody's welcome, all right? Just don't act the monkey ass fool, all right? All right. So let me get my people up here. Let's talk about this bigger, better shit. I'm curious as to everyone has to say, all right? Because it's not just bigger dicks. It's bigger everything. We are obsessed with bigger, bigger, bigger. We're going to find out tonight. Is bigger better? With that said, always lovely and talented and a block fave, Lily from YB Limited.
I heard we were discussing big.
Yes, big, bigger, and big is what we doing tonight. Now I want to know what the hell happened to my brick wall. Hold on a minute, I'm feeling the ways.
Don't you hate that? Like,
yeah, what's going on? What happened?
I like.
Oh, wait. Oh,
your
what
grains.
You think? Go. Silver. What are we doing?
Oh God, let me see. Okay,
gold. Or white? How do we look better? Okay, let's do the white.
Let's do the white.
Yeah, because the gold like overpowers us.
Yeah.
Right? And you need to see us. See, like the gold, we kind of blend, but I want people to see us. That's what they're here for. Got to give the people what they asking for. Lily, am I mistaken? Was Ty Rivera in the damn chat?
He was in the chat, but he said he's at a show because I would love him to be.
Okay.
I still have that interview you did with both of us. It's still, I still have the full interview. Yes, I'm gonna have to cut that up and repost it. It was
we gotta revisit. Ty Rivera is the truth. Let's bring up No Saint, who's actually such a saint. How are you, dear?
An atheist saint. Are you on mute?
We can't hear you. Now we can hear you. Now we can hear you. Hi, No Saint.
Hey. How's everybody? How are you doing, Lily? You missed the show, huh? Last night.
I heard. I talked to Ron today through the DM.
Yeah. We held it down, though. But you were missed, Lily. You were missed. Okay?
Yeah, it was a crazy day yesterday.
Yeah, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's good that we created a vibe on the block, so it doesn't matter which one of us is missing. You know what I mean? We can always hold it down. I could be missing, and then I know Lily and you guys will hold it down for me. So
Chocolate Earth was in here.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I was thinking about Chocolate Earth today, and she reminds me of. I'm like, who does this woman remind me of? Like her whole vibe and her swag. Jill Scott.
Ah, good one. I love it.
She reminds me of Jill Scott, like very sensual, very, very sure of herself, very, you know what I mean? And very,
that natural beauty.
That natural beauty, and also like not intimidated or, combative when it comes to conversation, right? Where people, they usually have to make themselves bigger to be heard. Chocolate Earth will give you your space, right? Because she knows when she speaks, everybody's gonna listen. And I love that about her. So I was like, look, okay, we got our own little Jill Scott. All right.
Yes, I love her energy. Whenever she comes by, she brings great energy, great commentary. She's good.
Yeah. And that's what's funny, Lily. Like yesterday, I was like, that's interesting. Like Chocolate Earth is not combative tonight. And you know me, I'm always observing who's on the panel and who isn't and what causes what. So I was like, interesting. I digress.
Yeah, I get
Cheers.
it. Cheers. Let's sip to that.
Shade if you want to get paid.
Just saying. And speaking of getting paid for shade, the fight.
Listen, go ahead.
Okay. So let me break this down.
First of all, tell people what fight.
Oh yeah. Okay. So it's the Floyd Mayweather fight, right? That was the main fight. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people, especially the girls, was tuning in to see Bad Girls Club Natalie Nunn go one-on-one with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta's Tommy Lee. Let me tell you exactly what I thought was going to happen. I meant to tell you my prediction before this happened, but exactly what I thought was going to happen is what happened. Because, I come from a past with substances, right?
Okay.
So I know substances when I see them, and I can give you a whole drug test by looking in your eyes, okay? Mm-hmm. And it's clear to me that Tommy, and through the word on the streets, is that allegedly she, has a lot of issues with a few substances. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I wonder if Tommy can kind of scale it back and prepare for this fight. Because if you notice, Natalie wasn't playing.
Right.
Like, Natalie knows how to code switch. Natalie knows how when the cameras turn on, she's going to give you ratchet. When they turn off, she's going to give you businesswoman. Tommy going to give you love and hip hop all the time. And so they only got through one round before they had to stop the fight?
I just saw a clip. I just didn't I wasn't that interested in it was a clip.
Yeah, that was the fight. You saw it.
So it was one round.
Yeah, you saw the clip. Yeah, that was it.
So they didn't get past one round.
No.
Wow. Okay. See, but I'm not surprised because first of all, I knew it was coming. I knew eventually a man would find a way to monetize women being ratchet. Let's start there. Let's not get crazy. We knew it was coming, right? We knew it was coming that, these fights that constantly happen, I'm sure people know who produce these shows, people tune in for the fights, right? So why not monetize these girls throwing drinks at each other and rolling around on the ground and pulling their hair? And it's a no-brainer. It's like, I knew it was coming. Actually, I thought it was going to happen way sooner than today.
Yeah, this took a long time.
Right? It took a long time, but now I have a feeling we're going to see this more and more and more where these girls that are always fighting on these reality shows, they're just going to put them in the ring, which honestly makes sense. You want to fight? Let's see if you can really fight. And as we saw today, a fight rolling around on the ground with hair pulling, right? And like two bouncers on your side pulling me off you and two bouncers on this side pulling the girl off me. It's a different fight than when you need the endurance to go round for round, right? It's a whole different science. And boxers make it look easy, but it is hell. When you're fighting, 5 seconds feels like 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, especially if you're not conditioned. And them two heifers found out, okay, today, 1 round is all they had in them. Okay, it just so happens from what I saw in the clip, Natalie Nunn, bounced her around and whooped on her. But who was she up against? And ever since I was a little girl back in the Bronx, right? When I used to hear like, yo, she could fight or he could fight. My question, even as a young girl, was, who are they fighting?
Right.
Who are they fighting? So, but in the hood, it's easy to get a reputation that you can fight long as you whoop somebody. But it's like, who were you fighting before I co-sign that you can fight? So when I look at Natalie Nunn and Tommy Lee, first of all, Tommy looked like she was intoxicated. That woman is not conditioned. She's what, almost, how old is she now? I didn't even believe her age.
Isn't she in her 40s?
She's 30 something, Lily. And I was shocked. I was like, how is this woman How is this possible?
Oh.
Wait, because I Googled it. I was curious because when she speaks, she's 38. She's 38.
Okay, so I was close because,
Yeah.
but she had a full face of makeup, a long ass 92-inch ponytail weave, nails.
Lord. But
right.
I didn't. But you know what? I didn't expect anything more than that. These girls are reality show characters. I didn't expect them to come in.
Natalie trained. Natalie wasn't playing.
Okay.
She was. Trained for Natalie, not for a boxer.
Okay.
But, she took it. She took it seriously as she could, being a reality star. But even then, you still don't know what you're up against when you get up in that ring.
Right.
It's kind of weird. But Jen, what you're saying, what everybody's saying, it's so true. Like I can't remember if I was doing what you call it, mixed Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Like the guy was on a mat, or if it was a boxer. I did a little of both, just messing around, And if you're not in shape, it's crazy how fast you start losing. You're like, what? You don't realize how much you're moving around, how much weight, And if you're not in shape, it's just, and that's why George Foreman is like, I have so much more respect. That dude was like big, but he was still getting in that ring 40-something years old and going 12 rounds. I mean, it's insane. I mean, he was in shape, even though he was overweight and everything. He was endurance wise, he was in shape. But yeah, that's crazy. It takes a lot to get in a ring. But women, in MMA, women get a pretty decent draw because those women are in shape and they they are trained and and they can whip the average guy's butt if they're not, what I'm saying? The average guy. I'm not saying
not an MMA guy.
Yeah,
they're doing
average guy.
Technique, and there's certain people, like I always, when I bring up Brock Lesnar, even if he wasn't a trained, you ain't taking him down. That he's just a beast, But but the average guy on the street, like Cyborg from Brazil or whatever, she's gonna be able to. You hear about it every once in a while about the lady takes the guy down and waits for the police or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. So I'm not, I said, I'll see the highlights. I'm sure they'll post it. And then somewhere tonight, Mayweather had a fight, right, Lily? Somewhere tonight, he fought. Somewhere in there. Somewhere in there,
that was garbage too. They said that fight was garbage too.
I'm sure. At this point, Mayweather is, at this point, you know what I mean? He's bored. Probably.
We need another Mike Tyson to enter.
We're never going to get that. I don't know.
Garcia and Davis is coming up, which is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I like.
Someone's going to lose their zero. Someone's going to lose their zero that night. So it's going to be very interesting. Everybody, is betting on Davis. It's too close for me. If I were to bet, I'd bet a little bit of money. It's too close for me. Even though people are like, no, Davis has more fights. I said, yeah, he has 5 more fights. Yeah. Garcia is very, very fast, but we'll see. We shall see.
We shall see. Boxing is the only sport I can like that I've ever liked. I love boxing.
Yeah. Well, that's the only thing my dad watched, so we didn't have a choice but to like it. My dad wasn't into baseball or football. It was boxing, and then, on fight night, it was a big deal in my house. What I mean? It was like everybody was in the living room. Like when Tyson reigned, those were events. Those were family events when Tyson reigned. So, I would like to see, though, these reality show fights. The only one I actually would sit down and watch to see is that little toothless bandit, Krishan Rock.
Krishan
Rock.
He's another one like Tommy. Like, it's like, could she stay sober enough to walk up to because Tommy could barely walk. She was falling and just.
Yeah. Oh, it looked bad. It looked like Natalie was beating on somebody's mama. And and of course we're all somebody's mama, but there's a look to somebody's mama. Right. And Tommy has that look. She looked like, come on, get auntie out of there. This don't look right. Get her out of there. What are you doing? But I would love to see a fight with Krishan Rock and somebody else, because Krishan Rock, she's really good at, first of all, she's an athlete. So let's start there, right? She may be an alcoholic now, but she's an athlete. right? She's strong, she's stocky, she's solid. But she's really good at like sneaking people. She likes sneaking people when she fights. So I would like to see her up against someone that she's not going to sneak. Right? She's really good at sneaking people and jumping on them in the middle of a conversation. And those girls always have long nails and lots of makeup. And when you're really, really dressed up, like you do fight differently.
You do.
You just do. Been there, done that. Like you fight differently when you're all like dressed up. And it's like, you know what I mean? One time I had to fight in a halter top. My back was out, you know what I mean? I had a halter top, my freaking stiletto shoes, you know what I mean? My little capri pants. And do I got stories? This bitch attacked me with hot sauce, honey. Mm-hmm. Okay. She tried to blind me with hot sauce first. Okay.
And one of us hot sauce in my bag.
Hot sauce. Big as that bitch was. Okay. Attacked me with the hot sauce. I will say one of us ended up bleeding and it was not moi. Okay. But we'll save that. We'll save that for the book because actually she was the girlfriend of a well-known rapper way back. Okay. T. Let's sip to that because we will divulge at a later date.
All the stories we have.
Lily, we need to do a whole other podcast with stories from
seriously. I can like you and I together, like we have some good ones. We could like literally have like season after season after season.
Just drop
anything.
Not even a little bit. No. Not even a little bit.
You know
I got stories.
I always say, thank God somebody was around to corroborate a lot of my stories because a lot of my stories are very unbelievable. Thank God someone was around because I would come off looking like a liar. They'd be like, okay, you had to add something.
Right. And it's like, no, this actually happened. This was a person. But you know, shit happens when you're young and when you're young and crazy and you just grow up a certain way, you know what I mean? Shit happens and then you grow up, you know what I mean? And then, you know, we sip cranberry juice out of wine glasses.
Or ginger ale or a little bit of coffee, depending on.
So, you know, it's interesting. I know if they're smart, they'll get Krishan next, if they're smart. Because I think she would be a draw because she actually was an athlete and she's always fighting. So it would be great to see Krishan. Now that's one I would watch. Tommy and Natalie Nunn, I'm like, we've seen them fight and roll around millions of times. But I would love to see Krishan. I'd even pay $10 for that.
Now, the only person I would like to, but see, I feel like this would be a mismatch because the other person I'm thinking of that I would like to see her fight, I feel like it's bigger than her. Like so much more height and weight, and that would be Jocelyn Hernandez.
Yo,
that's who I want to see.
You just matched the best fight fucking ever.
We need to call Zeus like as soon as we get off this.
Listen, that would be the best fight. Okay, I'd pay 20.
Now, you know, this one was 30, so yeah, I'll do 20 for that one.
I'll do 30 for Krishan, and I'll do 30 for Krishan and Jocelyn. Yes. Oh, for sure. Woo, that would be a good one. Woo. Now you got me interested. Now we can talk, Lily.
Okay.
What you doing, Tristan? You giving us Riri?
I was waiting. I was like, I'm not gonna put this one up until you put me on there.
He's such an ass. He caught me with Rihanna because I was like, ooh, Riri. Yeah, no, really. Like I was like, bitch, are we down south back in 1965? She really threw a fucking cup of hot sauce on me. And I was more mad that she ruined my fucking shirt.
Say it stains. It stains. That's what I'm thinking about.
It was fucking hell to get it out. I loved that halter top. So I was trying to get the fucking hot sauce out. But the bitch, she came up to the car. I was in a car at the time. And she came up and threw the fucking hot sauce on me. And I said, bitch, now the police are going to have to come and pull me off of you.
Right.
Now it's on.
I have a question. Okay, now we having more context. You were in the car. How did this even escalate?
I was in a car, big bitch too, and I'm like, you ain't got the cheat, bitch. Right. I'm like, you're like 3 times my size. What is happening?
That's crazy.
And she was a big bitch. So I was like, you gonna eat me after? Okay, what is the hot sauce for?
Pause.
Yeah, right.
He said,
go ahead. No Satan's getting good with the pauses.
Right.
No Satan's getting.
Oh and my! And we reverse gentrified the white man.
Yeah, and it's funny because I'm like, I didn't know what that was about. So when I started telling people, they was like, oh yeah, you know, they used to do that back. I was like, what? People do? Who does this?
And that's just as bad as the story I was telling you about with my grandma. Like every time I buy, when I used to buy furs, and she'd be like, no, you can't buy that. You're going to be outside and someone's going to throw blood on you. I'm like, Grandma, who's walking around with blood?
Yeah, I'm like, who does this shit?
Yeah, that's way more disturbing than my outfit, Grandma.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
So that's what happened, Tristan. I was in a car. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this bitch want to fight. All right, I got you.
My issue is, right, she threw the hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Why did she let you get out the car? In any fight, I'm not
Big mistake.
Big
mistake.
I am whooping you before you even open that, put your hand on the latch.
Big mistake, right? You had a better chance when I was sitting in the car, right? Now it's on. Yeah, but yeah, that's a fucking. I'll never forget. I had it was a hot pink halter top. I had on light blue denim capris and silver fucking stilettos. Okay, I was like, yes, I was on and popping. Okay, yeah, she threw the fucking hot sauce on me, and I was like, you big bitch, like. Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting story.
You can hear the PTSD every time her voice gets low. Like you remember that today.
I was because I was fucking angry, and I've rehabilitated since then. So I try not to go there. But I was very angry, Tristan.
Have you rehabilitated, or did you get licensed?
Right.
I got licensed.
That's one of the same thing, Tristan. That's one of the same.
I got insured and licensed. Okay.
And if you get a mental illness diagnosis, you can get off.
Oh my. Okay, Lily. Now that you said it on YouTube, they're gonna be like, Lily told her. No, but I would never. I'm not reckless. I'm actually the most calm person ever when I'm carrying, because you're carrying a deadly weapon. So I'm very, very calm. Like even if someone came up to me arguing and I was carrying, I'd be like, you got it. Like I don't, some people in open carry states, they think, you see them looking for trouble because it's like, yeah, I'm carrying. Like I'm quiet as a church mouse. It's just best, it's safe, you know what I mean, to just avoid every possible argument. Even if I got into a fist fight, while I'm carrying, I'm not going to pull it out. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to. Like my life would have to be in grave danger for me to make you Swiss cheese out on a sidewalk.
Right.
I'm not going to do it.
I was on the train one day. I was on the subway one day last year. 2 guys got into it, and one guy was with his girlfriend, and so he went, like they were getting into it. So the young guy went to grab the backpack that the girlfriend was holding, and she went, no. And I could tell by her body language and her eyes, I was just looking like, and we are like, and on an express train in the middle of 2 long ass stops. And I'm like, it seemed like the longest train ride ever to get to that next stop. And she was begging him, like, he was like, give me the bag. She was like, no. Yeah,
it's not, and it's stupid. It's so dumb. I mean, but it's not just civilians that are really stupid. That's how police kill people all the time, because police think that's an extension of the fight. It is not. Your gun is not an extension of the fight. You got to learn how to squabble. You can't just, I got a gun, I'll fix this fight. No, you have no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, and that's the best advice that you gave, even if you're in a fist fight. Like, just, and then I don't want to get in no fist fights today, because people don't know how to fight. They're going to go for the gun. Like, especially these young people, they don't know how to fight. they don't.
And you have to be, careful in open carry states, because everybody's carrying. You got to be careful. You got to watch your fucking mouth. You know what I mean? Because everybody's carrying. A lot of people are reckless with their guns. You know what I mean? It's like, I ain't got muscles, I can't fight, but I got this gun. So you have to be careful.
And let's not even throw in Florida, stand your ground. People are just waiting. You know, it's like a free pass, or would get out of jail free. And like you said, that's my biggest problem with so many people having guns is there are so many people that's going to be what they go for, especially if they have some kind of defense law in their state, and they're like, oh, okay, well, you know, this, I can now mouth off to whoever I want to. If they come towards me, then I get to pull out my, you know, it's just, I just.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just petty. I'm petty, right? It all depends if I'm listening to certain type of music. If it's DMX, I'll fight back. But if I'm chilling, I'm like this. I'm gonna be petty. I'm like, oh, you hit me in the face. I'm just gonna call the police, and now you have to spend the next few years struggling with financially.
Is that when you're listening to Patti LaBelle versus DMX?
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's probably more like soca music if I'm just enjoying myself.
No.
Okay, they can live.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, pretty much. But like you hit me in the face, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna hit you. I'm gonna show you nothing but love with these charges.
Code Red said, "Don't reckless eyeball in Florida. Don't do it."
Right.
And I think like no Saint thinks, right? Okay, like this is how I think about all these people having them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what or if they go through any type of mental health background check or anything like that, right? But let's just say they do. It's still okay. Okay, well, I'm being nice, but even if they did, right? You know, we all have lived long enough to have get into relationships, and then like it takes like 6 months to a year to realize, oh, this person ain't got it all. You crazy. You know what I'm saying? And oh, you got a gun too? Who let you? You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think of that. I'm like, oh my God, like because these people are just unhinged these days more than ever. So
especially today. Like I didn't move forward dating a guy years ago because he was ex-military, and you know me, I asked 20 fucking questions. And he told me, you know, he was retired from the military young, you know what I mean, and he was on a lot of medication. And I was like, no, thanks.
Yes,
and you're armed. You're not going to flash back with me laying in the bed like I'm the enemy. And, you know, I'm like, no, thank you.
And I'm with you, Jen.
I feel you. You're a nice guy. I'm not going to be watching my back when I'm in the kitchen and the chicken is popping, the oil is popping, and you run in with your AK because you having a flashback of being out on. No. And I fucking die with a piece of chicken in my hand like it was chicken. No, I'm not gonna do
that with my ex because you know he was a gangster or whatever. So he used to carry more guns than the damn military. Like I used to come up here like, who do you think is in here? Like, why do you got so much stuff you strapped? Like,
Let me tell you, I've been to some Middle Eastern countries, and the women do look Latino.
Really?
Some of them do, yeah. Like, yeah. Wow. I mean, yeah. There's definitely if they spoke Spanish, you wouldn't know the difference. So I was laughing because your friend, your friend, think he's back in Iraq.
Right. You're the enemy. No. Hablo español. Espérate.
They will.
Yeah, no, so I was just like, nice guy, but I was like, yeah, I'm not going to chance it. I'm not going to, I feel bad that you're on that amount of medication, but there's a billion people on the planet. I'll be all right. Yeah. And you will be all right. Right, I'll be right. And he's still single so many years later. He's still single.
Are you surprised?
No, I'm not, I guess. He's a nice guy, though. I figured he'd find himself a nice girl.
Everybody's nice, but their demons are just bigger than them being nice.
Right, and you got out before the demons came out.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I was like, no. But he was that guy, like first date with the box of chocolates and flowers. I was like, thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. That can, yeah. They can, you did right. You did right.
Smart move.
Yeah, your phone, Tristan, coño.
She's not my fault. She's psychic, okay?
Well, let me say, every time he's on the phone, that girl get the texting. Tell her either watch the show or chill.
Right.
She
Yes. Hi, if you're watching the show. Yeah, so yeah, lot of crazy a lot of crazy stories, Lily. Lots and lots of crazy stories. Woo! Good old days. To be young again.
I
So
know. I love watching them get their life. I'm like, y'all get your life because I done got mine, baby.
and then some.
And then some. Didn't leave no crumbs on the table.
All right. Tonight's topic. Yummy, yummy. Welcome everyone again to Sexy Saturdays on the Block with Jen. If you want to support Mama behind the scenes and you don't want nobody to see you throwing money at me, on the Block with Jen Cash App, it is now scrolling on the bottom, or you can super chat me right now in the chat, the $ on the bottom right to support the show. Thank you for being here. Oh, and I got a couple of cash apps last night. Thank you for that. Like I said, that is where you can donate privately so I don't shout anybody out who cash apps me because you may not want people in your business. So I will thank you. And you know who you are, right? I don't have to say. You know who you are. So thank you for that. Yeah, because sometimes people don't like to show other people where they're throwing their money at. And that's fine.
I'm that person. Yeah. When I give, I don't want
like going to the strip club.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey.
Same thing. Yeah.
Hey. It's Sexy Saturday. Oh, come on. What do you think? I did this, but this was happenstance.
Little cash app.
It's like what is it? It's like those porn sites that say, "Hey, this is how it's going to come across. It's going to come across like JJ's clothing store."
There you go. On the Block with Jen. Cash App is private, baby. It's just me and you. Just my bank account and you, baby. It's just me and you.
There you
go.
Show us the money.
There you go. All right, guys. So tonight's topic. Oh, Lily, this one was yours and I loved it. Mm-hmm. I just broadened it so the men could partake. That's why I put this young lady on the flyer because I want everyone to chime in on. Does size really matter?
And
size really matter?
That's what I was meaning by it. I was thinking about not just dick size. I was thinking about all just different sizes, our houses, our trucks, our bodies, the asses and the tits and it's just, we just go big in America. That's our thing.
Well, do you think it's an American thing?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I think it's an American thing, but with certain things, we start a lot of trends. There's other places that start trends and it trickles over here.
Absolutely.
But and when it comes to these things that I'm thinking about, I believe that is definitely an American thing. Like even with the BBLs, I'm thinking, the big SUVs, the big old, everyone has these big old houses and there's one or two people. Like,
yes,
you don't have any grandkids, you ain't got kids, it's just one or two people in this big old house. It's just like we just do everything. Supersize the menu, big food, we just like it big here in America.
We do like it big. No, Saint, what say you? Do you think it's a USA thing? Shelly, darling, are you coming up today? You coming up tonight, Shelly? We'd love to see you.
Okay. She's not coming up tonight, but she's tuning in.
Oh, okay.
I meant to text you. I'll text you behind the scenes.
Okay, awesome sauce. Good to see you in the chat, Mama. Okay, Black Republican is like, size matters to women. Well, the women will respond tonight. Tristan, what do you think? Is it a USA thing? Size. Oh, wait, no, Saint is back. What say you?
Well, yes and yeah. I mean, for sure. I think, like with what Lily was saying with the big SUVs and trucks and things like that. I mean, that's pretty much because of the size of the country and how much land we have. Because you go to Europe and the cars are a lot smaller. You can't drive one of those big SUVs over there. The streets are smaller. The way it's built. But at the same time, that's a little bit to do with it. But at the same time, it's definitely an American thing. The bigger houses, the bigger yards, people want to live out in a lot of land, and I think it's kind of because we have a lot of livable land, a lot of we're not the biggest continent or the biggest country, but we do have one of the highest, and I have to check on it, but we do have one of the highest areas of land use. In other words, China's bigger than us, but they have a lot of mountains, so you can't live in the mountains. I guess my mind always goes all over the place.
Okay, so do you think that transcends or translates to big ass tits, dicks, TVs, and shit like that?
No, I think, but I think like as far as big, if we're going that route, as far as I mean, Brazil's always been big on the booties. I don't think that's American. But
Brazil has been big on what I think are nice proportioned asses. And I know that surgery is big out there in Brazil, but they've always had nice proportioned asses. What's happening here in America with the asses is colossal.
They look botched.
Yeah, it looks really, really like, you know what I mean, the rodeo clowns, the ones that run in front of the bull, so the bull doesn't kill the cowboy.
So you're saying that's more the trend here, is what you're saying? That's
yes, yes. Because I remember Brazil. Lily, Brazil, they big on the ass surgery, but that the big colossal asses.
No, these girls that I see, and it's so regular now, and my first thought is always like, did she mean to do that, or like, do I feel sorry for her, or do I say, hey girl, hey, like, I don't know.
I feel sorry.
Yeah, I feel sorry, and that's where I end up landing at, because I'm thinking, okay, I feel like you did all of this to be on trend, but this is your body. This is not an outfit,
right? Not a hair color, not a hairstyle. Like, you mute it. And the reason why I look at them and I feel sad for them is because you take a girl that's in her 20s or 30s and she mutilates her body. Yeah. And then when you see her, right, it's not just like, okay, you mutilated your body, but you still, you know what I mean, are agile and fit. They walk around like elderly people. If you watch Cardi B or Nicki Minaj, they need help going up the stairs and down the stairs at award shows. Okay. It's heavy because, your frame is used to a certain type of body weight. So now you put more weight on the front and the back. So I end up feeling sorry for them in a way, because I'm like, you did all that and I understand you can monetize it, but I feel like you fast forwarded your age 50 fucking years. If you're 25 years old and you go and you mutilate your body, even the Kardashians, even though they all slimmed down now, for some strange reason, all three of them girls got bone thin all of a sudden. But even them, they walk around and they're always wearing Spanx. Like, people think you get a BBL and then you sail off into the sunset with big ass and titties. It is a high maintenance body. You have to release the liquid that accumulates. You have to sit a certain way. You always have to sit on a certain type of pillow. You have to wear girdles to hold the fat in place. You have to wear waist trainers. It's a very high maintenance body. And we've seen the ones that don't take care of it after and how horrible it looks. And people think that you're going to go get that surgery and it's high maintenance. You have to wear a certain type of bra, certain type of girdle. You have to massage the titties and the ass. And it's high maintenance. And remember, these girls usually don't have the
means to keep up with
finances.
The finances, or
they may be lazy.
Right. They don't have, I'm looking for the C word, the commitment. They don't have a commitment to go to the gym and work out, right? So they forget the BBL also takes commitment, because you have to, it's a high maintenance thing.
I would never forget when I heard Shakana say, because somebody told her to go to the gym afterwards. She was like, I ain't going to no damn gym. If I gain weight, I just suck it back out.
Yep.
And she meant it.
Yep. But men love it. And I hear a lot of men say that no, they don't like it, blah blah. I'm not gonna go look for my some not all sign. But it's one thing to say something, but then it's another thing to see, what I mean, a million men in their follows. Right. So men can say, oh, I don't like that. It looks weird or whatever. They look funny. They look like ants. But then there's a million other guys or 3 million or 5 million or 10 million in their follows. So it's obviously nice to look at. Am I right, Tristan?
I knew you were coming to me. I knew that.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay. I'm
I didn't know
listening.
how Instagram worked, all right? So I'm like, all right, this person posts a lot, so you just follow. And I ended up with 6,000 people following 6,000 people.
6,000 BBLs. How many?
No,
What's the
no, it's not
percentage?
BBLs. It's like a bit of everything.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I've got suspended from Instagram because I didn't know you couldn't unfollow people at a
Oh
certain
yeah.
rate.
Yeah.
So I'm
Really? I
like,
didn't know
Yeah.
that
yeah.
either.
So
Yeah.
I'm banned until the 4th of March.
Yeah. Say
Holy
you have to.
crap.
You can only do 50 a day, and even those 50, you can't do them back to back. You have to take a break in between. It's crazy.
Wow.
It
This
makes
this is another great point, but I've always thought this anyway. They said I remember when J Lo was considered to have a big butt, but nowadays she would be considered small.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about J Lo's butt, right? Because we come from the same places, like any Bronx, Brooklyn, or whatever. Growing up like that, she had the average ass,
Right.
but to Hollywood, because it was predominantly white women, and white women are known for not having booties unless they're country fed. White women in Hollywood, the Hollywood starlets weren't known for having big booties. So insert J Lo, and it's like, oh, she has a big ass. I'm like, that's the average ass. Like,
Yeah.
that's the
That's
average
why
ass in the Bronx.
I was like, what in the world? Like, I could not understand it when they were. I was like, she's just a regular girl in the hood. Like, are you really kidding me? I could not
Yes.
believe that they was giving her all of the. But speaking of asses, when you were talking, I was thinking about somebody I saw in person.
Mhm.
I saw K Michelle in person, pre her getting everything taken out.
Right. I remember she did that show where she removed all that gunk out her ass.
So this is before she started speaking up about it. But
Mm-hmm.
this was like maybe the first season that she was on. Yes, it was when she did the "Ooh, the bitch is shaking the table."
Yeah.
She just did that because I was like, I had told her, I was like, girl, every time like that scene is always in my head. But her butt, first of all, she's this tiny. She's about 4'11",
Mm-hmm.
and her ass probably weighed 150 by itself.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And it was sagging. It was falling. It looked like literally looked like she went shoplifting and stuck everything back here. And she's trying to get out the door, and it's just falling down. And she's like, "Bye!" Like
Mm-hmm.
it looked so
And
ridiculous.
it's like a dragging backpack is what it looks like.
Yeah, so like a pregnant ant or something. I don't know. It was crazy.
Saludos, hermano Frankie. I do want to say this. I'm not, and then we'll get into big dicks because it seemed like Black Republican wants to talk about dicks. I got you, boo. So
Wait,
Tristan,
what?
I'm not coming down on you. I really want to get the science. When you look at those women, right? Each one teach one. You're a man. You're going to look at ass and tits. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you look at those women, two questions. First question is, can you tell just looking like that ass ain't real?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, you can tell. You could be what
Yeah.
what makes you look at her curious? What makes you look at her and be like, that ass ain't real, but it's nice to look at? What
Well,
about it makes it look not real?
the biggest glare is that, as everybody knows, the thighs don't match. And
Okay.
then also you can tell by how she looks. You can tell this woman, doesn't matter how skinny or how big she is, you're like, she can't go up a flight of stairs.
Mm.
You
Right.
can tell, like, if the ass looks nice, and you can look at her like she's kind of out of shape.
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm,
said that ass isn't real. You know, it's kind of um like Brittany Renner, right? You
mm-hmm,
can tell Brittany Renner might work out, but
mm-hmm,
she's not in shape. But you know she has something done.
mm-hmm.
Like I look at her, I'm like, you're just very cute, and you might go to the gym, but you look like you can't really. I know Jen can beat you in a foot race. You know what I'm saying?
I was
I
just
gotta
thinking that shit. I got to pat myself on the back because I got my little onion, got my little 6-pack. I got, you know what I'm saying, and I ain't touch a doctor yet. Doctor ain't touched me yet. Not that I have anything against it,
Oh yeah,
but I'm
because
just saying,
if I gotta
not
tune up, I'm tuning
thus
up.
far, right? Not thus far, not
Right.
thus far. But I'm not against it, not thus far. So you may see me sometime in the future, maybe 3 to 5 years, and I may be patched up like I got it done, guys. I'm not against it, and I will let you know. Okay, Tristan. So when you look at so in other words, men basically don't give a fuck that it's fake. So when you do click follow, why do you click follow?
Me? Um. Oh well, that's because of the pandemic. I'm like, oh shit, OnlyFans started going off. I'm like, all right, let's see where it goes. Then I realized you had to pay for OnlyFans, and then
Right.
I was stuck at 6,000. That was pretty much. I was
Just
stuck in the
take it over to
pandemic.
Twitter. That's OnlyFans light.
Okay, no, Black Republican said what? Black Republican. I was. It was regarding your two comments. You said research has shown women look at men crotches, and then you said the guy with bigger dicks gets more calls from women. That's the ones with from women than the ones with the average dicks. You brought up dicks twice, so we're gonna talk about dicks. Damn it!
I
All
have
right,
Get to
never heard of
let's
dicks.
that.
see.
We're
I heard
definitely gonna get to
the
it.
calls I get back is because you know what you're doing. I am not Mandingo. Okay,
Well,
I'm
you're
pretty
right about
much sure.
that.
I'm
You're
pretty
right.
much sure the callbacks I get is because hey, you know what you're doing compared to they don't even call the guys. The guy has a monster, but he doesn't know what he's doing.
Right.
Like like
Right.
like Black Republicans. I think you're like you don't understand women. Women are very much attention to detail about almost everything. So it's
Yeah.
like the smallest iota that's off, they're like, okay, I'm not into it. Next person.
Right. Like big
Right.
dicks are overrated when it's attached to somebody who don't know what they're doing with it. It's like, sir, you could have gave that to somebody else because
Right.
this is just a waste. Like,
So let's get into it then, Leland. Since we're the ones that have seen dicks and handled dicks and dealt with dicks.
no saying you have to.
Oh no, Saint, you want to interject?
No, yeah, I wanted to comment on because I sent Jen a picture during Mardi Gras of some girl, and she
Pause.
Oh no, I was about to say okay.
Because we're talking about dicks, and then you said you sent me a picture. Pause. Explain that.
No. I want to go back. I wanted to be able to comment on what you're talking about the big butts before we go to the next topic. So I sent her a picture. I took a picture. I said, "Is this a BBL?" And Jen said, "No, her thighs match the butt or whatever." The ones on Instagram that are, like you said, look like are just so out of proportion. Yeah, I know from watching this show.
Yeah.
That those are BBLs, but I still don't have.
I mean, even this girl on a thumbnail, that's a fake ass right there.
Oh yeah.
Right, and I wouldn't have known before I watched this show.
Oh wow.
I just didn't know that. I just thought people were kind of working out more, evolving, maybe. Yeah.
How sweet and innocent is that?
Evolution. Darwinism.
Yeah, I mean, I thought.
There you
I was
go.
like, damn, girls are starting to get bigger butts. But there's this one. I met this girl doing extra work, a black young lady, black woman,
Mhm.
and I remember looking. I'm like, I was behind her, and I was saying to myself, that butt. I don't think she is I got her on the Instagram. I don't really think she got a BBL. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked like way out of proportion to the rest of her body. And I remember we're sitting there, how they send you to the little tent or whatever. You're just sort of sitting there. And she shows me pictures of her in like these bikinis. I was just like, Jesus.
BBL.
It might have been.
I'm gonna send you. No, Saint. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna share with you an Instagram account of this Dominican lady who does the BBLs.
Yeah.
And she posts like tons of before and afters. And it has to be the easiest job in the world because she literally gives every single girl the same exact body, and she doesn't show their face, but it's different women, and I'm like, it's like a conveyor belt, right? What is the same exact body, and I'm gonna show you. Like you wouldn't. Some you can obviously tell, and some you can't tell. But the work, it just looks weird in the stomach. I'm actually gonna do a skit about it because I'm always making fun of their belly buttons. Their belly buttons are always they're always up here. They always misplace the belly button. They move it up.
But
and then it's like
my good friend who taught me that took me into the doll world, the BBL, because it's a world. Like it's a real world. Once you break in, you realize like, oh wow, like they all are in it. It's so interesting. Like how you say Planet YouTube, it's Planet BBL. Like they share information about the doctors, and this doctor does better breasts, this doctor does better hips, this doctor does a 2-for-1. Like it's all of that.
Oh no, I'm sorry to interrupt. You good?
Oh no. I was about to say something, but go on.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say the thing that what Jen was talking about tonight and what you were talking about, it's got obviously it's for the money, because I'm sitting there thinking to myself, there's no way. I mean, listen, I would consider surgery, but if you're telling me I've got to drain stuff out of my different parts of my body and I got to do these things, I'm like, nah, that's too much work. I don't care how much money I'm making on Instagram. Like, but I mean, obviously it's very profitable, but man, that's anything that's dangerous. And like you said, it's usually young people. They don't really think about the consequences that come down the line, you know?
And a lot of them are suffering from issues, like blood issues and just different issues and stuff like that, but they're too ashamed to say it out loud. So they're suffering in silence, not knowing that there's a lot of other women suffering in silence instead of sharing. You know, now you're starting to get more women coming out and saying, hey, like I'm experiencing these symptoms, and like, you know, the joint pain and the some like, you know, just all kind of stuff. Like when they get the silicone, like K Michelle, the silicone starts to travel in your body. And you got to get it removed, and you end up with a whole big old hole where your butt used to be at. And
you see, I knew about that, and I mentioned this on Jen's show, on this show before. I knew about that because Erica did that, and her friend that I know, Margarita, and I was like, why? Like, this is like between the, you know, before we got married. I said, well, why would you do that? I knew her before she got it done. Her butt was nice. There was nothing wrong with it, and it's just like, it's like the pressure, I guess, and you know, in those cultures. But it's like, why? And like you said, hers luckily never got like you're saying, like the Margarita I heard has gotten like kind of.
Is it really hard?
Yeah, it's real. Now there's parts in Erica where she tells you feel this, and you can feel like a ball, right?
Yeah.
But the real thing is, like you said, it can travel through the blood and it can kill you.
Yeah.
If it you know, if you're unlucky. So I knew about those, but yeah, these BBLs are. I didn't realize.
And then the thing with that is that the doctors that have killed women on these tables, they can still practice somewhere else.
Right.
Yes.
Like there are literally doctors in practice right now who have killed other women on the operating table.
Well, most of these doctors are in third world countries. They're in the DR or Colombia, because it's very rare. Out of all of the girls, I'm even talking about the celebrities that I know of that's gone to get under the knife. I would say 98% of them, or 95, 98% of them is out of the country in DR or Colombia. And then the few that I do know that's in the States is Miami. But and then like, with the doctors, I've learned about the doctors that some of them do have that whole conveyor belt and they just push you through. And then some of them are like real artists. Like they're like, no, this is my work. This is my name. Like, I'm not going to give you this exaggerated body just so to look like everyone else. Like, this is not going to look good on you. I actually ran into one of my trans girlfriends tonight. She just got her boobs. Best boobs ever. They look so good. I was like, thank God she didn't get these Wendy Williams things and stuff like that. Like it looks so proportioned, like, you know, look very natural.
Oh, no, Saint, when Erica got, what did she get? A butt lift, a BBL?
No,
or what
she got the silicone injections. The stuff where they open up and then they'll close shop and open up somewhere else. You know, they never stay in one place. But she got like the silicone where you have to sit. You can't sit on your butt for like 2 weeks or something like that, something crazy like that.
Mhm.
And it, you know, it looks nice afterward, but like Lily was saying, eventually it doesn't. For some
Right.
people, like I said, for some people it really goes wrong.
Right.
But it's dangerous.
I mean, it was
Very.
going as far as using Fix-A-Flat back in the day.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to repost my Fix-A-Flat video.
Right.
I did a video about BBLs years ago, and I have to respin it. Thank you for the super chat, Don Levon. How about y'all follow Don Levon's lead and super chat me? Gracias. And if you want to do it anonymously, Cash App on the block with
He
Jen.
knows how to lead.
Okay. Yes, he does. That's our cowboy.
When I lived downtown Atlanta, I saw them all the time, because a few people I see on here said that they only see them on Instagram. But when I lived in Atlanta, I saw them all the time, to the point where I was like, does anybody have a real body anymore? Anybody?
Yeah. No. It's crazy out here.
And like, no thing said, I can see. Oh, I don't know what she was doing, child. I'm like, I don't know what she over there doing. I'm like, okay, this ain't Freaky Friday, girl, is it? But it is Sexy Saturday. But I can see the pressures, especially if you're younger.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that. Really,
It's sad because when we were growing up, the trends were like, you know what I mean? Big door knocker earrings, Adidas. Those are the trends, right? And then the big clothes, right? So it was easy. I just used to go in my dad's closet. Now the trends are mutilation, self-mutilate.
Yes.
That's the trend. It's self-mutilate. Everyone has the same nose and mouth, the same chin implants. That's why I was like, listen, the more I see what these 20-year-olds are doing, the more confident I am, because I'm
Me
like, oh,
too.
you're trying to get your chin to look like mine. That's cool. You're trying to get your lips.
Right.
Okay. So you're trying to get these cheekbones. That's okay. Cute. Okay. You trying to get the, okay. All
I'm
right.
not gonna lie to you, Jen. When I went to Miami last year during spring break, me and Bestie, and we saw them kids down there. When I tell you my confidence level shot through the roof, I'm like, these people are half my age. They could be my children.
Easy.
But they look like they could be my mama. Like, they were so, I mean, and I'm not saying this to be funny, but they were so out of shape. Like, and this was the large majority. This wasn't a few here and there.
And we even see it. Yeah, we even see it on TikTok when it's like a couple and it's like mom is blah blah and daughter blah, and they're doing their little dancing TikToks. The mother usually looks better than the daughter.
Oh, you don't remember the firstborn challenge?
All the time.
When people started posting the firstborn challenge,
I remember that challenge. I remember.
I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. It was so many times that I was looking like, why does your child look older than you?
So I don't know if it's in the water, in the air, in the oxygen, in the atmosphere, in the food, but kids today look different than we looked back then. They look way different.
They look old,
way different.
And dry.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I'm like, I don't know if we were the last generation that, you know what I mean?
We stole the fountain of youth.
Yeah, because now the kids are like, it's sad. It's sad. Thank you for the super chat, Don Levon. Don Levon. It's a lot of y'all watching now super chat, and I feel a ways.
Right.
Don Levon said there are a few women removing their BBLs, like Kim K and her sister.
Oh.
I know they got super stick thin, and it's weird that they did it all at the same time. Like Chloe is super thin, Kim is super. I'm like, did y'all all decide? Like, did you have a family meeting and said, let's everybody look emaciated?
No, I think they did, and I wrote a post about this. I think they did.
Okay.
And I think they did it because the BBL body is starting to look too common, because they did it in the first place to separate themselves from other white women. But then when everybody, the common girl, the nurse, the girl down the street, everyone started looking like them, they had a meeting. Chris was like, oh no, because they look at their bodies, they know that their bodies are monetizable. Like, so that's what I see in my head, how that went, because it was very a rollout.
Yeah, and it's so like, even like I was at where was I? Forever 21 the other day. And I was, by the cash register, and I saw like boxes of like these little bras and things like that. And even the models they use look like the Kardashians. Like, I'm so sick of that, those facial features and that hair. Like, I am sick of it. There's so many girls online that are doing the Kim Kardashian look and the Kim Kardashian makeup and the Kim Kardashian hair. Like, it's so sickening. So maybe that's why, like, they're all blonde now and really, really skinny. Maybe the Kardashians want to look different. I don't know. But I'm sick. Trust me, I'm sick of y'all. So if they're thinking someone's sick of that look, we are sick of that look. We are good and sick of it. Thank you for this super chat.
Yeah, you're right. When I started
Spanky
seeing,
big head, let me rep the Bronx, Cortona Avenue stand up. That's what I'm talking about. About peoples.
Yes. I gotta spend a night in the Bronx on Monday. You know, I'm
For real?
yeah, I'm house sitting. I'm in between Bessie's house and my house. So I'm like staying in both places. So it's until he comes back for a minute. So yeah.
Bronx stand up.
Yeah. BK and BX in the building.
My thing is, I'm kind of annoyed with the Kardashians because they clearly gotten off the hook because they just basically set off a whole generation or two of this carnage of body mutilization, and they're not going to be held accountable for that.
How should we hold them accountable, Tristan?
Yeah, hold them accountable.
They made their money and left.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you what they did. They did what a lot of white women do, or white people do. Sorry, no saying. What they do is they monetize off of the black aesthetic, the black culture, and then go back to being white again. I.e., Miley Cyrus, or the Kardashians, or my girl Pink, whom I love so much, but she did it too. Like, like a lot of them will do that, and then they'll go back to being like all American white girl. And I peeped the game when I saw them do it. I was like, oh, okay, that's what they're pulling that.
But did you know that Pink didn't want to sing that? That was L.A. Reid's idea.
Yes, I did know that. That's why I left for Pink. Like, we still cool in my head, even though we don't know.
And then after she went back to what she really is, I was like, yeah, that's who you are.
That's who you are. Like, you can tell. It's so authentic. Like, so I get how she was able to pull it off because she comes from Philly, so she was able, and she grew up around. I get it because I kind of grew up with girls like Pink, so they know how to code switch as well. But you could tell the music that she ended up doing long term. That's her. But I believe this.
I believe this. Don Levon said there are 2 plastic surgeons in Beverly Hills that are responsible for all those women looking like Kim K. I believe it. I believe there's like the Kim K surgeon. Like, go to the Kim K surgeon. He'll hook you up. I mean, Lala Anthony did it. She looks like a buffoon to me. You guys can think what you want. But she looked like she literally went to Kim K's surgeon.
Yeah.
Like she literally.
I mean, she was trying to keep her basketball cheating husband. I'm like, I don't know why. Just take his money.
By looking like all the girls he cheats with, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Lala was like, I'm gonna look like them girls you cheat with. That's what I'm gonna do.
Because I noticed it. I was watching BMF last night, and I really noticed it last night. And I was like, Lala, what did you do to your body? Like, you're not going to want this in 10 or 20 years. You do know that, right? This is a trendy body. So
and it's going to be interesting to watch in 50 years. What, does it shorten your lifespan? Does it create health issues that we don't know of yet? Because this is just trending in real time. What's going to happen in 40, 50 years to your body? But just curious, because tonight's topic is, does size really matter? Is bigger better? I have a lot of guys in the chat. I got guys on the panel. Is bigger better? If you were dating a woman, 2 women with the same exact personality and the same exact look, would the girl with the bigger ass get your number? Let us know in the chat. Let us know on the panel. Is bigger better? Does size matter? Okay. You guys do that for me, and then I'll read them off. So let's talk about what all the guys are waiting for. Dicks.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Tristan said what?
The squid looks like a dick.
It does. We are talking. Let's talk about dicks. Okay, so the size. He could have no dick and I date him. Okay, this guy right here. He doesn't even have to have a freaking penis. He can get it. Okay,
Oh,
darkness can get it.
She's such a freak.
Spanky Big has said the chick with the better legs. That's funny. My friend from Antigua back in New York, he loves a woman with nice legs. He used to always show me women with nice legs. He has a thing for legs. All right. Well, that's one. Code Red, Don Levon, let us know. What's up, OG Patrice? Let us know in the chat. Steve, I see you. Let us know. D-Lola, I see you. Let's see. What do you guys think? Who's getting your number? The girl with the bigger ass? Let us know. Let us know as we move on.
Okay, I'll say it. It's gonna sound bad.
No, just say what you
You're at the
want.
right
This is the
place for
block.
that.
No, because she watches. She hope she doesn't get the wrong idea. But my number is going to both. I'm always gonna play with my options.
Mm,
I'm sorry.
that's
He's
the
being
realest
honest.
fucking answer.
Yeah, I'm
But
about to say that's like
that's the realest
That's
answer
it.
because that's what a man would do.
Right. Right.
A man would be like, shit, I could get both their numbers. Okay.
Exactly. I'm like, okay, here
Thank
goes
you,
both,
Tristan.
and let's see who wins. That's
Right.
pretty much.
Black Republican says, I like the hourglass. I think the hourglass looks good whether you're small, medium, or large. So, oh shit. Oh no. Here come Reese. Hi, Reese.
What's up, y'all? Tuned out. I'm back. What y'all talking about?
Big dicks.
What?
Exactly.
You asked. You asked. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. Pup X says, I like the smaller one. The bigger has too many eyes on it. That's another factor. Is a girl that's gonna get tons of attention when you take her out because she has a huge ass. Is that gonna be a nuisance to you after a while?
Yes.
Nope.
No?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. A
You
lot
can
of
look,
people
but you
think
can't
that.
touch. That's a great feeling. You can look, but
No?
you can't touch.
I think that's what a lot. It's one of those novelties that people think that they.
Right?
Yeah, but and I'm gonna tell you why. The one thing I can say from being around a lot of BBL girls is dating has become harder for them, and the divorce rate is like 90% plus.
Whoa.
Somebody I know who was married about 20 something years and just was like and knew these stats, right? Was like, but we good, we solid, we good. And after it all healed and like she literally looked a whole different person, he became a whole different person. Now, so like, and so the divorce rate is high if the woman gets it in the middle of the, marriage. But getting down the aisle as a BBL, it's hard for them to get men to take them seriously. They look at them as sex dolls.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that. And I want to thank you so much for the super chat, Code Red. Code Red says, I like thin girls like Jen. Smart man, you are. Thank you for the super chat. Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg in the building tonight. He says, I'm super late. Yes, it matters. I'm thankful to be blessed.
Oh, he's talking about himself.
So no saying you were shaking your head no. So it wouldn't bother you to walk around with say like a Kim Kardashian in her prime with a huge big ass and everywhere you went, dudes were like, damn, like you would be okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For a couple weeks.
Listen, Erica's butt is nice. I mean, it's not much off of that.
Okay.
And even before, like I was thinking, like, so
No Saint got himself a big booty Latina.
Your question about if all things are equal, that's crazy because that kind of makes you feel shallow in a way.
But we are shallow. All of us are shallow.
Yeah, don't pretend like
if all things are equal, but one girl has a bigger butt than the other. Yeah, it matters.
Okay. Okay.
I guess it matters, but it doesn't matter.
It's a little odd.
That's a tough one. It's not like it has the. It's for me. It's
I am
not
not
like
an ass man.
See, I am. I've always been, even from as early as I can remember.
Okay, so you're into the. All right, so let me flip it, right? Because we were on big dicks and then we got derailed again. Every time we try to get to these big dicks, something else comes up. Let's stay on the big dicks. Pause.
No need to pause and stay on it.
Let's stay on these big dicks, damn it. All right. So, any ladies in the chat as well can chime in. I know, ladies, you're lurking and you're afraid to step in the pool, but this is a safe space. If you want to talk about big dicks, throw it in the chat. Or the guys are going to say what you want and feel for you, because that's what men do. They constantly tell us what it is we think about men, right? All right. So, big dicks. Overrated, I think.
Overrated.
Just my opinion.
Overrated. Mm-hmm.
Overrated. And if I flip the question, right? Let's say your man had a huge dick and it was known in the town, and a lot of women were reacting to him whenever we walked in and out of a restaurant. That would grow old for me. So I'm just flipping the question of a man walking in every room with a girl with a big ass. Let's just say hypothetically, I had a man with a huge penis. Every time we went in and out of a restaurant, a museum, the park, here, there, women were constantly like that. Yo, he's packing. Like that would grow old.
I've been there, Jen. It gets old very quickly.
That would grow old for me. I'm like, I don't want this type of attention and everywhere we go. So. I have experienced that before, a huge one. I mean, even when this dude wasn't erect, like he was packing, right? And there's a difference between you just standing there and it's cute, and then, oh yeah, it's a little surprise that it gets bigger when it's erect. It's a whole other thing when a man is just chilling and he got a baby arm resting on his leg. Yeah. Okay. It was fun because it was something to talk about with the girls, right? Because there's a lot of emphasis on a huge penis, and it was hella fun. It was like, yeah, and it's like you play with it and experiment and see what you can do with it, because it's like a new big toy. It's like, I wonder if I could do this trick. Let me see if I could do my trick on this one, right? But I would not, and I don't know if this is how men feel about the huge BBL chicks with the colossal asses and tits, but I'm like, I wouldn't want to keep it, like commit to it. Like I wouldn't want that to be my everyday dick, if that makes sense. Like I don't want that to be my everyday dick, under the roof dick, marriage dick. I don't want them problems. I don't want them.
Yeah, the guy who I was messing with, I literally used to do dick print checks before he left out, because his dick was so fucking huge. Like there was no way of trying to hide that thing was just like ridiculous. Like dude, like what is going on here? But it does get old because you see people looking, you see everybody looking, like you're just like. But then I'm like, I can't blame them, because if I was walking down the street and I saw, I'm like, is that really what I think it is? Or so yeah, it does get old.
So guys, I got a good news and bad news. Like we really are cool with 6 inches. Really are cool. But it's a thin line between 6 and 5 inches. Sorry. We're gonna keep it real here. Like we really are cool with that 6. That 6 is nice. It does everything that it does everything it's supposed to do. But there's a thin line between 5 and 6.
It's true. And it's like that 6 and 7. It's something about that 6 and 7. They be knowing what to do. It's like it's like, I don't know, their movements.
Everybody just pulled out their rulers and shit, their measuring tape. And don't get five is the fucking average. That's the husband. There's millions of women married to 5s right now. That's the average size dick. Let's keep it 100. That's the average size dick. So to me, like a little more than 5 is like, oh yay, this is fun, but it's not too much. We just don't want too much, right? But word out on the streets is that women love big dicks, and it's nice to look at. It's nice to experience and talk to your girlfriends about like, yo, yeah, and then it's like we move on from that. We do. No one. I don't. You're not. We talk a good one, but women aren't, running the earth looking for a guy with a colossal sized penis. That's not what what we prioritize. Like if we see it, we're like, oh my God. But then, there is a disappointment as well. Cause it's like, I don't want this thing hammering me. I don't all the time. I don't want this thing hammering me. And let's be clear. Yeah, and let's be clear, because men like to throw around, you can't take dick. Listen, we give birth to 9-pound babies, and they come out of our vagina. Okay, there are people who are into fisting.
And it fucks you up too.
You could stick a whole fist up to here. Okay, up in a woman's vagina. You can stick an adult human head in a vagina. You don't believe me? Go search for the porn. You can stick a foot. You're going to learn tonight. You can stick a foot, okay? A man's foot, not a little dainty size 5 lady's foot. You can stick a man's foot into a vagina, okay? Into a vagina. So all of you, I don't care if you have 7, 8, 9, 10 inches. You're not too big. She can't take dick. She can take a foot, idiot. She can take a fist, idiot. So it's not that she can't take dick, it's that you don't know how to use your stroke.
Right.
I'm sorry to tell you. You don't know how to use your stroke.
And do you notice a lot of times when it's big, they think like, oh, it's big. That's all I needed. And they don't perfect their stroke game. Like, it's just like that's where it begins and ends. It's just a cute little novelty. Well, cute big novelty to look at and talk about with your friends.
But you notice it's like anything else in abundance. Like women with colossal size asses and tits are not the most agile in bed because they figuring shit. You desire me and you're lusting for me because I got a big ass and tits. So why I gotta ride up standing up on my feet? What I gotta ride for? Why I gotta throw it back? I just gotta lay here and you're gonna be happy that you're grabbing these big tits and this big ass. I don't have to do much. Starfish, bitch, because I got these huge titties and you're happy to be here. So it's anything with abundance people don't really try. If a man has a lot of money, he doesn't have a lot of game.
Nope.
He doesn't have a lot of swag because you're there because of his money. If a man has a huge penis, he feels like I don't have to perfect my stroke. She likes me because I have a big dick. So when any human being has shit in abundance, they feel like I don't really have to try with this. Thanks for letting us know, Elvis, that you have a 9-inch dick.
Thank you, Elvis.
Thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, sir.
Shout outs to Elvis.
Shout out to Elvis and them 9 inches.
And you know who got the best dick?
Let's hear it.
Y'all said it a million times. The homosexual. Not you, Reese. The homosexual.
Well, are you? Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. I think Reese. Have you been a homosexual, Reese?
I don't even know what that is.
That means a guy who don't have shit, and so he perfect his dick game because he ain't got shit else to offer. That's a homosexual. Reese, why you get quiet?
Reese is like, that's me, motherfucker.
Sorry, Reese.
Reese, get the fuck.
We'll get back to you, Reese. Hold on to it.
I'm not where I want to be financially, right? I'm not where I want to be financially.
But
I'm double jointed and I can do splits. But I'm double jointed and I can do splits.
Where are you double jointed? Arms, legs? What you working with?
Shoulders, elbows, everywhere.
Let's see something. Come on, I'll put you on a big screen. Come on.
Reese is definitely not gonna be kicked out no how.
Now that hurts. I can't do it right now. I weigh too much. I used to be able to pull my arms over my head, but I'm too husky right now.
Okay, all right. Well, you
slim
down.
I'm curious. I'm really curious, Reese. What do you do? Because I always see you watching like Fox News and things like that. Like, what's he doing?
He's being radicalized.
He's got like 49 TVs over there. Reese be on it.
What you watching, Reese, on Sexy Saturday?
I stay informed, man. I'm staying informed. The world is about to
That's good.
Crazy.
That's good.
He's so unbe-
So I know how we're gonna do this. If we feel like the
I thought Freaky Friday was Freaky Friday. I didn't know I was gonna run into this.
No, we listen. We do Freaky Friday and sometimes Sexy Saturday because people couldn't get enough last night. So we back for round 2. So tonight is Sexy Saturday, and we're talking about does size matter? The size of everything: your wallet, your dick, your tits, your ass, your TV, your monster truck. Does size matter in general?
it's not just limited to the dick.
I don't think so, man. Nah.
So for you, Reese, like, what about the BBL girls? You don't go after those girls, or do they? Are you do they interest you or nothing?
Nah. BBL is that's a strike. I can't even be around somebody like that.
Gotcha.
I don't do nothing fake, man. I don't tolerate nothing fake. I don't care what it is.
Okay. Spanky Big Head.
I'm old school. I'm old school, I think. Go ahead.
Okay, Spanky Big Head said, I had a female homie coworker that had a huge dunk. Every time we went out for lunch, dudes would react and I'd laugh and they'd laugh. But yeah, it got old after a while.
I can imagine. You know, like the women who, and it's another thing, though, seeing how you can tell. Women who get BBLs, they're going to make sure that ass is in every picture. I don't care if they're taking a selfie.
Oh my
ass
God.
is going to make it into every picture.
Like they walk into rooms ass first.
Yes.
I'm like, every fucking picture, or what about the girls that get their boobs done and then forever they have an arched back? I'm like,
yes.
You got your tits done so you don't have to do this in every picture. This is them. As soon as they get their tits done, this is them in every picture.
Yep. Yep.
You got them done so you don't have to do that. I fucking relax, right? Relax.
So yeah, see, Haran, he's
Hey Jen, is it me or like the women that augment themselves are the ones that really don't need to? That's what I'm starting to like feel.
True.
These chicks aren't busted that are doing this.
I'll be honest. These girls are young. They're already starting beautiful with fresh skin. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I don't know why they're doing it. They're complete transplant of the face, the chin, the cheekbones, and they're young. They're in their 20s, some in their 30s. They really don't have to do it. They don't have to do it. And yet they persist. Haran DeMarco is back.
Look at you know the rapper Lotto?
Yes.
Lotto looks like a 40-year-old woman that looks good for her age. And she's like 22.
Oh no, ma'am. I would have never given her 22.
Never, right?
I would have never given her 22. I would give Lotto, I would say 35, 36.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, that's why I said she looks like a 40-year-old woman that looks good for her age. Yeah,
like 35, 36, I would get. I'm shocked that she's 22. She's a baby.
Yeah.
Haran DeMarco is back. He says, stopping back in. I showed up just in time. Back in my Pookie days, I had to make sure my stroke was on point and I can play a tune on request. You know what I wonder? We talk a lot about homosexuals, the Pookies and Ray Rays having the best dick because they ain't got shit else. I wonder, Haran said he had to make sure that his stroke game was on point. I wonder if that's something that the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the homosexuals, the guys that don't have a lot of money, I wonder if they really concentrate on being good in bed. Because I know, you know, my experience with the best sexual, not the most in love, not the best love making, because there's a difference, guys.
Yes,
there's a difference between the best love making you've ever experienced and the best sex
and fucking.
Right. There's difference. So I could have had the best sex with this guy and I could have had the best love making with this guy. And of course the love making trumps the good sex because there's emotions and feelings and you know what I mean? But he just may not have had the skill, the technique or the talent or the crazy shit that the best fuck ever had. And the best fuck I ever had was fucking broke. So I wonder, is it that they perfected, that they watch porn, they read books, they study women? What is it? Or is it because they have the time to do it because they broke and they're not pursuing a real career? So any broke guys or any former broke guys, aside from Haran, want to tell us, did you perfect your stroke game back in the day when you had no money because you felt like you had to hook a woman? Any guys want to confess tonight on Sexy Saturday?
I really want to know what it is, Jen, because
I
it's
want to
a
answer
real
that.
phenomenon.
I want to respond to that.
Go ahead.
Please
Let's
do.
go, Reese.
Yeah, we're trying to
All
get
right, so
educated.
my stroke game was perfected by women. Women showed me all my tricks. That's what comes
Mm-hmm.
along with meeting a lot of women. You learn all the moves and what they like. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been the same. I've been on the same level as far as that goes my whole life, regardless of what financial status I had. You know what I mean? So that didn't play a part in it. I got the experience from the women.
Makes sense.
Okay. So what did you, because see, you would have been good for last night's show because we were talking about each one teach one. What did a woman teach you about a stroke game that you can share with the guys? What did you learn? What
All
did they
right,
say
so
about how they like it?
angles.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, all of y'all spots are in the same. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What the hell's that all about?
That's the Jeopardy
Yes, but
music. When I
so
ask you a
they'll tell
question.
you what they. I mean, and then you acquire this knowledge and gather it and store it and accumulate it over time. So then you end up with an
Mm-hmm.
almanac of a woman's body through experience. So you can get pretty much go into any
Interesting.
contest and know what to do out the gate because you know where all the spots are. And angles play a lot. See, everybody, like when they're hitting doggy style, everybody's ramming you hard. They're trying to kill you, right? But if
Mm-hmm.
your dick is long like mine, you can lean over to the side a little bit, come in sideways, then switch it up, come in the other sideways, and then start twerking a little bit. That's right, I said it, motherfucker. See what the chicks in the chat say about it.
Listen, I don't think nobody is
That's it.
disagreeing.
I'll take a sip to that.
Right. We'll
Here,
see.
here, Reese. Here, here.
And ain't about that. You got to mix it up. You got, while you're doing all these tricks and angles and all that, go hit some of them spots. You got two hands, you got feet, you got a tongue, you got more than a dick. You can go up, you can hit
Right.
4 or 5 spots at once, and that get them spitting up. You know what I mean? Then you got to put the sheets in the dryer.
Wait, Reese. Are you the guy that like you'll put your foot on her face in doggy position like they do in porn? Are you stepping
I'm
on
only
women's
doing something
faces,
crazy
Reese?
like that. Nah, nah.
I think he was saying like she has
Ain't no
feet,
abusive.
like,
Nah.
No,
I think he was saying,
I'm just asking because I saw that in a porn one time, so I want to know who's been stepping on faces around here.
oh yeah, I've seen that a few times in porn.
Some
Right,
women getting it.
and when you're digging, right? When you're a missionary and you're digging, hold up. When you're a missionary and you're digging, right? Sometimes the legs get intertwined, especially if she's kind of thin. You can do like a little foot massage thing with her foot at the same time while you're digging,
Right.
like a lock. You know what I'm saying? It's endless, man. Kama Sutra is endless. You'll never run out
Right.
of things to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the
No lies
alphabet. Look how
intended.
many different ways you can combine 6 letters, and look how big the dictionary is. That's the same thing with sex, man.
Yeah.
Spanky Big Head said twerking. What is this dude talking about? I know what he's talking about.
I know what he's talking about. Yeah.
I know what he's talking about.
It's
Yeah.
about
Yo,
having,
if my man don't know what I'm talking about, send your bitch my way.
hello.
Yo, is niggas crazy, dog? You gotta move your ass when you in some pussy, man.
Right. They be just, I don't know what they be really
Let's
thinking like
let's keep it sexy, guys. But he basically means twerking. I know it's synonymous with women, but when you think of the move, just teach the guys. Each one teach one. It's okay. All right. Everybody doesn't have the same experience. Twerking is synonymous with women, but you have to think of the motion of what a woman looks like twerking and picture a man, right, with his dick in a woman. Doing that same motion with his ass is pretty amazing, and it's better than ramming a woman.
Right.
Okay, it's better than what I call the fucking ground and pound, which is big with guys, which I fucking loathe. I fucking loathe the ground and pound. Okay, that's what I call it.
But what I liked about what Reese said is
each
that
his own.
you have more than just like it's just a, you know what I'm saying, like she has hands, you have hands, she has legs and feet and a neck and ears, and you know it's like so many erogenous zones to pay attention to, because women are wired differently,
Absolutely.
in sex when it comes to sex. So that just get in, pump that's doing absolutely nothing. They're like, oh my God, I could have been sending out emails. Yeah.
Why am I not
Hey, Jen, can I
surprised
take a minute to
Glenn?
hip?
Huh?
Go ahead.
What?
I'm sorry. I wanted to hip you to a trick real quick.
All right. After I read this, so not surprised to hear that Glenn Lawrence is a face stepper.
I saw him. I'm about to talk mess. I forgot to say something to him.
Thank you for sharing that with Glenn. Somehow we are not surprised that you, sir, are a face stepper. Let me read Haran DeMarco, who's hanging out with us because he is on family duty. Thank you so much for popping in, Haran. Haran says, when I was broke, I was 8% body fat, studied women, worked hard to make sure they showed up to my shows, listened to them, made sure my hips were loose. They gave me money, time, and made excuses for me. Oh my God. All right. Well, I asked. You were saying, Reese, you wanted to hip us to a trick.
Yeah, because you got to be spontaneous and innovative with this shit, right? So my baby mom's is from Hawaii. She used to walk around with her hair tied in a knot in her back pocket. How long it was. She used to do this thing where when she would go down on me, she would wrap her hair around the base of my shit and like, I don't even know what the word would be called, like some type of corkscrew thing with her hair while she was gunning me. And it was the craziest thing it's a reason why we got a kid, put it that way. So that was one of her little tricks that she had. So chicks with long hair, that's a little trick they can use. Trust, it works.
So wait, to walk us through this. So she was sitting on top of you, giving you head, or just like giving you head, and then tied her hair around the base of your penis?
Not tied. Damn. Wrapped it around one time, one loop.
One loop.
So that you could pull the hair this way and this way. And so that when she pulls the hair in both directions, one looped around, it's like jerking you off with the hair and sucking you at the same time. It's crazy, dog. And it's that soft shit that Spanish chicks got, Hawaiian chicks, that shit is like a sex toy or something. You don't need a sex toy.
Okay, so okay.
You know
all right, we're gonna learn this tonight. You brought it up, okay? So is the hair underneath your balls as well, or just on the shaft of your penis?
You can do both, man. You can do it.
Okay, so then she just
kind of. No limit.
Okay, so she ties it around and then she pulls on it. Does she motion it up and down, or just pulls on it to make it tighter, like a cock ring?
I'm going to make this understandable. All right, I'm going to make this understandable for the laymen's and everybody, right? So you see how the cavemen make a fire, right? They tie that rope around that stick and turn it, and that's the motion that she does with her hair. But it's not.
Okay, now I got it.
Fire.
Makes sense.
And then she goes down on me. She goes down on me the same time, right? And while her head is corkscrewing in one the hair is being pulled in the other direction. So your dick is getting you're trying to open a beer type thing.
The pepper thing. Okay, the pepper. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, nobody owes me anything for that. That was free.
Okay. Where'd she learn to do that, Reese?
Hawaii, I'm assuming. So they all got long hair over there. Maybe it's a thing.
I get your point, Jen. I don't know. She was just a virtuous young lady just sitting around waiting for one person to come into her life to try this move out that she's been dreaming about.
Just asking. Moving on. Code Red, you funny. He said, send your mammy my way. Send your bitch my way. That was funny, though. Okay, see, each one teach one on Freaky Friday and Sexy Saturdays. You cannot miss Freaky Friday and Sexy Saturday on the Block with Jen. We learned some shit today. Don Levon says, so she used
Freaky Friday deliberately.
You shouldn't, Reese. We need your stories. Don Levon says, so she used 2 hands on her hair. 2 hands on her hair. Yo no sé lo que es eso. Goofy's letting us guys, thank you so much for letting us know your dick sizes tonight. We appreciate you. Goofy says, I'm 7.3 times 5.8. Is that a good size, ladies? I don't know what the fuck that means.
So he's 7.3, but the girth is 5.8 around.
Okay, I figured that, but I was like 5.8 around, huh?
So he's kind of girthy.
Okay. 5 inches of girth, huh? Can't hear you, no Saint.
We can't hear you, no Saint.
Speaking of talking about this, I found it kind of interesting that last night Chocolate Earth said that she had to not laugh at a guy when he was too small. So obviously there is something to being too small.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
I've gotten out of too small.
Can I say something, y'all? There are women out here that are 3 and 4 inches deep.
Right. There are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They're smaller. They're okay. Like, they're gonna be all right.
Exactly.
Yeah. I guess you have to put in your personal ad, looking for a guy with 3-inch dick.
But actually, no,
Shit.
I have a girlfriend who's shallow, and she's like that. She was like, I hate to say this, but this is her words, not mine. She says she only goes after fat guys because she feels like they'll have a smaller one.
But you know what? No, but it's true, because the heavier you are, like your dick gets pulled inward because of the fat. So it's weird. So yeah, the slimmer you are, like your dick protrudes. The slimmer you are, your dick protrudes more. The fatter you are, it kind of like sucks in your body. If I'm lying, I'm flying.
No, you're right. You're telling the truth.
You guys gotta lose weight.
Like real skinny guys, they just use.
I'm going on a diet. I'm going on a diet.
Skinny guys be all dick. Like, I'm like, what the hell? You're just one big old dick. Like, that's it.
That is correct. Haran DeMarco says, fellas, the only size you got to worry about is the size of the smile on a woman's face whenever she sees you. Oh, I love that. That is so true, though.
So what do we prefer? Length?
That came out of a Harlequin novel.
Girth.
I'm a length girl.
I would say girth for me, but even don't think that you're going to have 3 inches of dick and girth and be like, she wants girth. No. No, that's not how it works.
Like, no, sir, that's a doorknob.
Right. Girth is good, but you still have to have a decent. Right. Yeah. A tuna can. Like, no. And we've, all women,
if
believe it or not, we've gotten.
You can make this shit feel like a fire hydrant.
Well, I didn't stay to find out. Guys, sometimes you pull out you'll pull out your tool. And if it's not satisfactory for any reason, women will find a way to get out of it. So if you've ever pulled out your tool and the woman all of a sudden had a headache or had to work the next day, or it was getting late, or it's like it was too soon for y'all to be fucking, or she changed her mind, something was probably wrong with your dick. Because I know I've gotten out of situations like that where I was like, oh, fuck no, I'm not even going to try this thing. I've done that maybe like 3 times in my life where I was like, I'm not even going to waste my time. I'm not going to waste my time. I got to work tomorrow. I thought this was, oh my God, we're going too fast. We're going too fast.
I'm her.
And we do the dig test where it's like when we're kissing, we'll put our hands on your dick to see because when we're kissing, you get a woody. So we will touch the woody and feel on the woody to see how big you are, put our hands in your pants. We're just testing to see the size of you. I've touched shit that I was like, no, I'm not even going to bother. It's been real. The kiss was cute, but I got to go. I got to work in the morning.
Yeah.
Right. So sometimes women, if that's ever happened to you, it's probably something that women were kind of like, but her girlfriends know. You probably don't know why, but her girlfriends definitely know. And I'm especially talking about to men, like if you've never seen her again, that intimately, it was probably something wrong. She either looked at your dick or felt your dick or smelt your dick. Something was wrong with your dick, right?
Yes, because nobody like no musty dick.
Yeah. So something was probably wrong. Yeah, but I know I've gotten out of it. I did the little kiss test. I was making out with homeboy, and then I felt it, and I was like,
I've done the too big, too small, and I've gotten out of it. Like first, I was talking shit like I'm a ooh when I get my, and the next thing you know, you put, I was just thinking that we just were moving too fast, and Jesus loves us and won't forgive us for the sins of our mothers and sins of our fathers.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll get out of it. Absolutely. I'm telling you, fellas, y'all learn on the block with Jen. Freaky Friday, Sexy Saturday. Take notes. What did George Cook say? George is laying in the cut. George said, I can see it now for a woman's ad on Ashley Madison. I have a low ceiling height, need a short man. Don't want no short dick man. Remember that song?
Don't want no eeny weeny shrivel little teeny little short man.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
I know, right?
Oh, Don Levon, you leaving us? He said, good night, see you Tuesday.
Ooh.
He said, I dated a Filipino. But you know, Don be slutting out Friday and Saturday. You notice that? He be slutting out. He gives us a little love and then he gets his slut on. I know where you going, Don.
We know you for your works, Don.
All right. He said, I dated a Filipino with a very shallow vagina. What the hell?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
He's about them.
Okay, she got to use two hands, blah, 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 blah. Okay, all right. I'm just the chat's getting interesting.
I know, right? I live for these nights. They just be in here putting. I'm like, okay.
Okay, so since we're talking about big, we talked about ass, we talked about dicks. Are we going to talk wallets and titties? Are we going to talk about height?
Oh. Fellas, could you date a woman taller than you?
Nope.
Like,
no. No
6'4" is a bit much.
That's a tough one. I'm not sure.
What's your height, No Saint?
I'm about 6 foot.
Oh, okay, I thought you were shorter. Go ahead, 6 feet.
No, about 6 foot. Oh man. I never really thought that I wouldn't, but would I?
Would you date Giselle Bundchen?
How tall is she? I don't know how tall she is.
My guy's daughter is 6'4".
Okay. So
how old is she?
She's 28, but she played professional basketball.
Oh, okay.
She's gorgeous. Like when I say gorgeous, gorgeous body and all.
That's tall as hell.
But that's tall, yeah.
Glenn Lawrence said he has it, ain't a problem. George Cook says, I like climbing the mountain. Haran says, I've dated 3 6-footers. I'm 5'9". All right, so guys don't have a problem with that.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, like, in case of George, I kind of feel where George is coming from. That'd be cool for, like, the whole domination submissive thing. But
right.
As far as, like, I don't know. Yeah, that'd be weird. I think that'd be weird because I don't run into a lot of girls that are. I usually like the tallest girl I dated was like 5'8", which is pretty tall for a girl. Pretty tall for a woman.
Yeah. Okay.
The tall women don't. But see, I've seen a lot of short men with tall women. It's never like the really tall girl with a tall guy. It's like these really like a 5'6", 5'7" with a 6-footer. They love the taller women. I don't know.
D-Lo says no. D-Lo says can't date a woman taller than me. Don Levon says the woman he's about to go be a hoe with is 2 inches taller than him.
She always throwing shade at Don Levon's women.
Because Don Levon belongs to us. That's why.
Exactly. We have to fight these girls.
George Cook said if the dude is confident, women will go for him.
She's not looking down on me.
Right.
Yeah.
Up 13 says they have to be my height, 5'10" or shorter. She is not looking down on me. Literally.
Man, it doesn't matter if she's tall or short. The legs shake the same. I'm not understanding the problem.
Shit, Chocolate Earth is here.
We were
Hey,
just talking
mama.
about you and your beautiful behind.
Right, we were talking about you earlier, Chocolate Earth. You coming up with that horrible microphone? We'd like to see you before we close, for sure.
Right.
Haran DeMarco says, a naked Amazon in your kitchen making eggs is a gorgeous thing. Oh.
That is a fact.
Okay.
That is a fact.
Oh. Well, look, ain't nothing wrong with me fucking standing on a little step stool to get your fucking salt for your eggs either.
Hallelujah. Won't he do it?
I look cute on a step stool, assholes. Ain't nothing wrong with a little step stool in the kitchen, damn it. Leave me alone.
Right.
I can see
like,
now, like Jen talking all this hot shit, and she hops on the step stool to get that face-to-face interaction in an argument. Like I can see her doing that. She's like, I fucking told you to take out the trash. Like, all right, shortness.
No. I forget about height when I'm in an altercation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Oh yeah, Chocolate is 5'8". Speaking of tall women, Chocolate is 5'8". She did tell us that last night. Yes, she did.
I'm 5'9".
Oh,
so she's right up there with me.
The big ladies. How about big tits? Are you guys titty men, or can she be flat as a board? I seen a porn one time. This was so many years ago, but the chick was like, she was flat as a wall and she was getting it in. Do you guys care? Do you guys care about tits? You care to? Oh, okay. So you ask man and a tits man,
but
right?
More tits.
No, when you're saying like, it can't be like what you're talking about, like completely just like a, you know, like me, like a nipple, like a. I mean, I don't think I have a problem with anything like a decent.
Chocolate Earth is beaming in. Chocolate Earth is beaming in. Hey, mama.
You know, for a full A to on up. I mean, really.
Okay, so A.
But even double D's are like sometimes you get like with the fake ones, they're a little bit too big. But no, flat. Yeah, that matters.
Completely flat. Okay. Anybody? A C cup. Spanky says C cup is fine. Israel Grace says don't matter. Okay. Guys like different things. All right, I see y'all.
I always saw white guys to be more tit guys.
I can rock with a B cup. If the legs are right, I can rock with a B cup.
I definitely like butts.
What we talking about? I'm so sorry. We're talking about the alongas, the watermelons, the cucumbers,
all of it.
We're talking about the tomatoes. We're talking about the size. The size matter. The size matter. We talking about asses, dicks, tits, everything.
It was my brother's birthday today, so I apologize. That's why I'm late.
Happy birthday, brother.
Yes, my big baby brother. He's like over 6 feet tall. So I'm like, yeah. People see us together, they be like, "Oh, is that your?" No, stop. Just stop. Just go on somewhere, lady. Because I can't.
Reese over there caressing his basketball.
Oh, hi, hello everyone.
Everyone's
so beautiful.
That's how big you like the tits.
Me too. I'm glad. I'm sad I missed you yesterday.
No, it was look. I was getting ready for the festivities for today, and I was like, "Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna come up anyway." And it was just I have a ball when I come up and talk to you guys. So yeah,
we enjoy you.
Oh, thanks. I heard y'all. Somebody said they were talking about me earlier. Get out of here, though. Try to put my head up.
We were. So to the rest of the fellas, what are we doing with titties? Tristan, Reese, big titties, no titties, don't matter titties.
I'm here for the coochie. Listen.
Tristan, not with that picture. Not with the picture of Michael Jackson. Looking sad. Like, you're not.
This was about like somebody said something about dicks, and I put this up. I'm like, come on now.
Can we get a sexier picture for Sexy Saturday? There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
How about me with the beard? Let's see that.
You
Reese
look,
with the beard.
yo, he
Bearded
look like
Reese.
every Philly cat selling them bean pies.
For real though, for real.
Yo, like, how much is the mixtape?
Oh my goodness.
Giving PD crack realness. He over there giving PD
Okay,
crack realness.
fellas, let me ask you this, because I do have a friend who sent me, because sometimes my friends, like, they'll get pictures, naked pictures of whoever they smashing, not like their wife or their girlfriend, but just like, oh, I'm smashing this chick, blah blah blah. And I'm like, send it to me, because I like to see. I like to see what's out there, and I like to see how women are sending nudes or lingerie pictures. I'm curious as fuck. So I'm like, send me the damn picture. So there's this one in particular, and I nicknamed her Lazy Tits, right? So with that said, fellas, do you care about, you're not going nowhere, Tristan. Do you care about a shape of titty or titties of titties, and you like tits, period? Have you ever had
the long ones?
Yes. Gentlemen, have you ever seen, and be honest, have you ever seen a pair of titties and you was just like, oh, I'll do this, but them titties are a little disturbing? Yay or nay? Chocolate
I want to
Sadly,
see these
yes.
lies. I want to see these lies that's going to come up.
No,
Now, you on the
it's happened. It's happened to me. It was like, you know how you deal with a girl with an attitude, and
Yes.
she was like, to me, it's like, if you give me attitude, I'm gonna give it back, and I'm gonna prove to you that I can, do you just because you give me attitude, type of thing. And
Okay.
then her shirt came off. I'm like, hmm. I'm
You
like,
said,
I was like, this is kind of. It was like a nipple and a half.
what do you mean, a nipple and a half?
Like,
She had big areolas?
she did. Like, she had big areolas on one side, and then like almost half of it on the other.
That was
And-
you, no Saint? That looks just like you. How did you find a picture that looks just like you? Poor No Saint was traumatized. Okay, so she had a nipple and a half. She had big areolas. Is that what you're saying? Did she have big areolas?
No. She had one, like, it was big areolas, but she had one nipple, and the other one looked like it was half of a nipple. Like, she had 1.5 nipples.
Okay, so then you peeped that and you was like, whatever, we still getting it in, right?
Right.
Mind you, I was in my 20s, so yes.
Okay,
But-
that's
You
fine.
still would have did it.
I
Right.
still did, but it was because I had a point to prove. But it was just like, this is all bodies aren't the same type of moment. I'm like, oh,
Of course, and it's okay. All titties matter as we go forward with this conversation. All titties matter. They can all feed. All titties can feed babies. Okay.
What
But
about
what about the
man
ones
man
without a nipple?
titties? Man titties involved in this?
Oh,
Because
you know
men.
what? Speaking of which, chocolate, I said this the other day. Have y'all noticed that man boobs these days are looking more like lady boobs?
Yeah.
It's the food.
It has to be the food. It looks
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of
I-
estrogen in the food.
Because
It's
when
the
I'm
food.
like,
It's a fact.
baby,
Wait. I want to finish. I do want to get, because I want women to hear this, and I want men to be honest. No Saint. What pair of titties traumatized you? No Saint, was it that bad? What happened? Tell us. You're safe here. Everybody,
Oh
group
my
hug.
gosh.
Group hug for No Saint.
No, I didn't get that.
Come on, No Saint. How'd they look? What happened?
I don't think I was ever really traumatized, but I wouldn't call it traumatized. There's just some of them that just look a little weird. Like, I don't want to say, because I don't know what people's boobs look on here, so I'm not gonna
It's
say.
okay. Listen, it's okay. I always say a rock is gonna hit each one of us.
Right.
In every conversation, a rock will hit somebody on this panel.
Right.
We cannot escape it. We can.
And when
None
it
of
hits
us.
me, I just
But
ask,
that's
"Is it
kind of
true?"
personal.
And I
I mean,
keep
it's
it
a
moving.
body shame.
You're not body shaming. It's come on. We talk about dicks, good dicks, bad dicks. There's some guys here with 2-inch dicks, and they still chilling.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's
that
okay.
was great. I can't breathe. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
a certain kind of nipple that's kind of weird to me. It's the I don't know. It's almost like the cankle of nipples. You know, it's like
I can't.
I can't breathe.
Wait
He
a
said
damn
the
minute.
ankles of nipples.
Wait a damn minute.
I am.
Oh my God! Wait a
Wait a
He
minute.
made me. Hold on. He made me sweat my glasses off.
Shit, you gonna explain that, sir?
Is it because it's late? Too funny, yo.
Sir,
Oh shit!
sir, you better explain that because if I have to,
get that. Oh God, please!
if I have to be naked in front of my mirror and be like, do I have the cankles? Explain that shit.
Well, so we all know how we all know what a cankle is, right? We all know what
Yes.
a cankle is. They're just like
We sure do.
There's no difference between the calf and the ankle, right?
Right.
So there's no difference between the areola and the like. It's all one. It's like it's all like the nipple is like it's not defined. It's like
Okay.
You
I
know
know.
what I'm
like
talking
the
about?
introverted nipple.
What's that?
No, that's something. I don't think he means introverted because that's easy to describe. Introverted is literally introverted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying.
I know
So-
exact. I think I know
so
what he's
just-
talking about.
So it just
Because-
points out.
Yeah.
Because
we
there's a
please
difference between like a nipple that kind of like lays flat and it's like all one boob, and then there's the one with the regular nipples with they're like little pencil erasers,
Yeah.
right?
Kind of like almost.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a difference.
Oh
Like
my
some nipples blend with the whole boob, and then some nipples stick out. Like they got the little. You could, got the little. Okay, all right. Do I? I'm a.
I know y'all ladies
I'm
ain't
right.
I'll
I'm
take a
right
shot.
trying to fit my cankle.
Look at chocolate earth.
I'm
Yo,
like, I
y'all-
need to see. I got fucking.
I'm out to ask somebody when we get off.
To hell with
Stop.
you. To hell with you, no see. But wait. But the cankles, I love that. The cankles, right? If you fuck with them a little, you lick them a little, then they look like the other ones,
I'm about
right?
to say they change.
They change a little bit, but you like them not to be cankles up front. Okay, now was the cankles the only thing that disturbed you, or was it the shape of the boob, or it was just that you were like, oh, these are different?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Harana, you with us now? Yes, you are.
Hey, Ron.
Yo, he got his Lex Luthor coat on and everything. Haran is out here.
He sure did. But Harana is on that Filipino Wi-Fi right now.
Oh my gosh.
You on that Passport Bro Wi-Fi?
Right.
Harana's on the Passport Bro Wi-Fi.
Well,
He in the
you know what
mountains.
happens, man. It
Haran
happens, you know
ride
what I
Clydesdales. That's what
You know
he's
what
a
I mean?
cowboy.
Hey
That's
man,
it.
you know what I mean. I'm in a very frugal spot in my life right now. You know what I mean. So we got.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. She.
Not at all. Not at all.
I just feel
young. I ain't in my young days anymore, man.
You damn right. I spent
Saying
3
the sun
hours in
shining over there?
What's up?
I said, where you're at, the sun shining?
Oh, I'm just getting into the habit that Jenny done put me in. I got like 8 lights going on right now.
Thank you. And we appreciate it.
She always telling me like, you need more light in your goddamn on your thing.
You sure do.
I got the sun over here. I got a supernova happening over here.
Right.
I got Jupiter about to explode right here. So it's like,
please.
Oh my god! So I'm still this cankle. So we're not done. We are not done. Tristan, I think you spoke about yours. Haran, you're just in time. Reese, we're not done with you yet. Haran, welcome, darling. Good to see you. Let me know. Let me know
Oh
what
my gosh.
titties you saw, and you did like the puppies do, like.
Skirt. Mark.
Well, I will just say I saw a unique pair before.
Boo.
I don't think there's ever been a time in my life where it's just like I gotta keep it real with you. In that space and time, I mean, I don't think there's anything that'll damn near turn me off unless I smell something foul. So, you
He
could
was like,
have
big
weird
titties, small
titties.
titties, any titties.
Look, man, you could have weird titties. I might just put it to the side somewhere and just go to work. Like, you know what I mean? I might just move the weird breast out the way and be like, oh, that's odd. And just do what
Y'all making it
I
sound
do.
like a cyclops. Like all I
You
can
know what I
see
mean?
is like this
Like, I'm
one
just like,
titty, like the lady with 3 titties.
I'm just like getting my way to the woman, like, whatever.
That was it. Oh my god.
I saw a woman with her nipples were like the size of crayons, man, like broken crayons.
Oh.
Like these joints was like this.
I've seen those.
I looked at them and I'm like, oh, okay. And
I'm done.
Exactly.
Like I said,
you look at them like, oh, that's new.
like I said, I ain't turning down nothing unless it smells foul.
So
I'm like food.
I got another question.
I'm like food.
Kinda
It's like
like
food
food.
for me. Like I'm not saying I'm not turning down a plate unless it smells foul or tastes terrible.
Oh my gosh.
Have you ever seen a weird looking vagina that made you kind of like pause?
Wait, we still on the titties, Lily. Reese didn't say nothing yet.
Okay. Ma'am.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Hold that. Hold that thought. Reese, you still with us?
Yeah.
Somebody got a lot of background noise going on. Y'all blowing my headphones out. Reese.
Chocolate Race said it was her.
Okay. Have you ever seen a weird pair of titties where you were just like, what's wrong with your titties, girl?
I saw some titties that were like flat, laying against the chick's body, like they were ironed down or something. Like the air was let out of them or something.
Like the air was let.
I'm done with y'all. I'm
dead serious. I'm talking about like they used to be big, but everything was gone, and they still like hung down to her ribs. It was weird, yo.
Was she okay? Was she? She was a mother. I take it. She was a mother. I take it, right?
Huh?
She was a mother, right?
Yeah.
She had children. Okay.
But it could have
usually...
been too. You see the women that have fake breasts and maybe they haven't got them updated in a while, and they have that kind of like what he's talking about, almost like they out of air.
Well, Janet Jackson's titties are like that. I don't know if she got them fixed, but Janet Jackson's boob job looked like a fucking tennis ball in a bag, and I was like, you have the money to fix that shit. You, ma'am, have the money to fix them titties, okay? And if you got them in the first place, then you can get them fixed, right? It's one thing if a woman doesn't, this is my body, I don't care, I had children, fuck all y'all. But if you already went there with surgery, you might as well get surgery again and get them fixed. Even like when Justin Timberlake, you are every like 5 years or 10 years now.
That's crazy.
But when Justin Timberlake pulled her titty, I was like, you could have kept that to yourself, ma'am.
Because Janet, you remember she used to push them up to her chin every chance she got. I'm like, Janet, like, and this is way like what kind of push-up bras are you using, Janet? They used to be pushed up like this. I'm like,
yes. Like just get it. She can afford it. She can afford it. All right. So we got the titties out the way now. The vaginas. Do you guys like the big vaginas? You like the full lips, the flat ones? I will say this. When I was very, very young, I was traumatized because collectively, white women have like flat Barbie pussies. So when I was watching porn with my little friends and giggling and kiki, I saw nothing but flat pussies, and I was like, that don't look like me.
So you're saying like Like a Barbie.
I'm gonna pass out.
No, the
I'm gonna
lip.
pass out.
Chocolate, no, stay with
Whoa,
us.
wait a minute.
Chocolate.
Did I just hear what I think I just heard, yo?
I think so.
What you saying? You got a Whopper with cheese?
Stay
my
here. No, I didn't say what I had. I'm just saying I could be wrong. I could be wrong because I'm not a GYN, so I haven't seen a large host of vaginas on women of color. But when I watch porn, it's usually white women, right? And they have very flat vaginas. It's almost like a slit was cut in the middle of a Barbie, right? And now they're getting their lips injected to have fat lips. Did you know that? Now
I didn't know that.
yes, women in porn are now injecting their lips, their pussy lips, to make them more voluptuous. But when I was a kid and I was watching porn, I was a little traumatized because all the white ladies had very flat vaginas like my brother. And I was like, is that how they supposed to look? Wait a minute.
It sound like God didn't like white women from this fucking stuff.
So really, I was in my bathroom like, I was checking.
God said slit and just pushed them out the fucking doors.
Right. It looked like I ain't got time to finish making vagina. Slit next. Slit next. Slit next.
You're gonna have to.
Pelvic.
I'm not
That's
sure
it.
I
The
understand
stretch
what you're saying.
skin.
You don't
It's
know
like
what she's saying, no thing?
it's like
Well, not
the
exactly.
pelvic. It's like
Okay.
all it is pelvis. When she talks about a flat, it's like the pelvis and that bone part is like the hump. And and she's correct. I've watched adult
Chocolate
films
is
for a long
dying
time.
over here.
And it's like for real, like it's a hump. And then this is like that, and then the girl's stomach is completely flat. It almost looks like her vagina got stretched on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's almost like I don't know if anybody remembers Mr. Slim Goodbody. Do you remember him?
I'm
I
gonna
don't
have
know.
to
A
send you
closed
couple
clam
pictures,
is what you're talking about.
Yes.
No thing.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's kind of like that's a good description, I think.
But my cousin used to say pelvises. He would
Not
say
the
that all they
pelvises,
have.
not the pelvises.
Yes, he said all they are pelvises.
Pelvis.
And I was
Pelvis
like, why
president.
would you say that? Why would you say? Why are you? If you are unhappy with your choices, why do you continue to keep sleeping with people that you're unhappy with?
Okay.
And he's like, these pelvises. But I mean, I like it, but sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, I'm a breaker, and I'm like, I don't want to know anymore.
No, somebody told me that today. They said that.
Why do you feel comfortable? Like I don't know.
Somebody
But go
told me
ahead.
that today. They was like, he said he doesn't like girls that are too skinny because all they feel is a pelvis.
Okay,
Right.
so
Bullshit.
I'm super slim, but I will say this: when I heard that women were getting their pussy lips injected to have fatter pussy lips, then I felt better. I was like, see, now you want to be me, bitch.
Right.
Yeah. Some of them I've seen,
right.
and you like, oh my
Now you
God.
Now you want to be me, bitch.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
I'm telling you, when I was growing up, I just saw the flatties. I saw the flatties.
Hold on, let me
Yeah,
check
you
this.
didn't see. I didn't either. I didn't see a lot of.
Right?
I
It
was
wasn't-
biased.
Mhm.
Right when I first got mine, I remember a friend of mine gave me a set of Adam and Eve DVDs. Yes, I'm dating myself. Okay, so I remember watching them, and I was like, "Oh wow, so, okay, so you're supposed to be like dolled up, and you're supposed to look this particular way." Like, I thought that's the way it was supposed to be because that's all I saw was, white women, and maybe every now and then you would see an Asian woman, but other than that, it was always white women. But what was funny to me, I'll take it even further back. Of course, being a kid, I was being nosy. I was home babysitting. My sister was asleep. And so I'm rummaging through my parents' house.
Mhm.
And I find this tape, y'all. It was a tape, okay? So don't judge me. It was a tape,
Mhm.
VHS tape. And it was, I don't know if I can say it. Oh, well, yeah, I can say this. Carnal College was the name of the movie.
Mhm.
All I'm going to tell you is there's the trauma. I'd never see so much bush in my life. That was insane. From the men and the women. I had never seen so much. It was like afros at the top and the bottom. I was destroyed. I was like, oh, I'll never look at this again.
Afros at the top and the bottom.
You see her PTSD kick.
It looked like it stank. I was just like, this has to stop. This can't be the way. I'm so sorry. Go ahead. It was just, it was everywhere. Like, wow.
She was like, all I see is hoochies and coochies.
It was. That was it. And then the characters, like these people were supposedly in college, and they looked like they was in their late 50s. Coming in there, chewing. Let me tell you, there's one guy that stands out to this day. I can give you a complete description, like the police. I'm telling you, I can see that man's face. He was with everybody, and he kept chewing gum. You know how people chew gum just on the side of their mouth, and he kept walking through like just like that, like the whole, like every woman he walked up to was chewing gum at her, and then it was, hair everywhere again. It was insane.
No.
I'd never seen anything like it. I'm sorry.
That good shisha.
Yeah. I was like, wow, this is, somebody videotaped that. That's what I'm like, mad. I give it thumbs up. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
Okay, so gentlemen, since we're on, George Cook says, the darker side of this are the young girls who are getting labiaplasty surgery because they think they don't have a good look there. Oh, yeah, that's sad. Fellas, have you ever seen a vagina where you were just like, but I'm going in anyway?
I think as long as they don't smell, right? Is that how they think?
I'm like, again, like,
did I get it right?
It's really about the smell.
Again, it's like, look, man, you can invite me over to eat just as long as it don't smell like shit. I'm good, man. Like all that. Well, I didn't particularly like the gist of how the clitoris, the hood of the clitoris is like, nigga, what? Like, there's never been a time in my life when I've had a conversation with my boys, and we're talking about our conquest, and a dude ever said, she lifted up her motherfucking dress, and that shit looked like roast beef, man. I was out of there, man. Like, don't no nigga say no shit like that, man.
But those memes run wild on Facebook. Like, they have two different versions of vaginas.
That's bullshit, all right? And I know the memes you're talking about, like, oh, look like roast beef, it look like this, look like that. Look, man, you don't give a fuck what it look like. Half the time the lights might be off anyway. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't look, seriously. You've seen some of these dudes' baby mamas. Do you really think they really give a fuck how the pussy look if some of these baby mamas out here?
Oh my God, amen. Amen. Can we get an atheist amen? Can we get an atheist amen? Wait a minute.
Children are a blessing.
Listen.
You see, I mean, I done rolled up on a couple of dudes and seen their baby mama and seen the baby and been like, look at the baby and like, oh wow, that's a girl,
a baby,
precious,
a new human. New humans are so interesting.
Y'all nice like that. Y'all nice like that. I'm like,
That's a nice how much that stroller cost?
Let's pause there for a second, because you're absolutely right. There are a lot of guys online talking about women's body parts, and it's like, no, we saw your baby mother. We saw her. So you don't care about nobody's damn vagina.
Looking like a wolf booger.
Okay.
Looking like a wolf booger.
Children are a blessing, though. Children are a blessing.
I'm gonna just put you on to some male cap right now. Men know who and what to skeet in. Don't let motherfuckers tell you like, yo, they always going in raw. No, we not always going in raw. We are taking certain precautions to make sure that somebody and some of them don't get pregnant. Because every man got a blemish. on his
So-
record
Stop it.
that he wants
Yeah,
to
no,
legally put in the dark.
Okay, okay. So that's Haran. That's Haran, and we know everybody is dear friends. No Saint
Yeah.
Reese, Tristan. Have you ever seen a vagina you didn't like?
Okay, so I'll go. No, Haran's right. It doesn't matter. It's not a game breaker. It's not but I will say for aesthetically, like, that's what people are talking about. But who's looking, who's examining, like, it's like, that's not that important. But I mean, there are preferences that people may like that,
What's your preference, No Saint? And I know you don't like the cankle of vaginas.
Yeah.
So it's what's the cankle of vaginas?
No,
Saint?
took my question.
I remember everybody was given, if you remember, the USA soccer team, Hope Solo, some of her pictures got leaked, and everybody was talking about because she had, like, whatever. I guess what we're calling a roast beef, or just a really big labia. Is that correct? Labia major? Is that what is that? Is that what it is?
You know what that is, though? You know what that
Yeah.
is, though? That's really the mind of a man when he's not in heat or aroused.
Right.
Then you might say, like, wow, that's an ugly vagina. But when you're in the mold and shit like that, and like all the blood in your brain is gone, man. you
Yeah,
don't
that's
notice
what I'm
that
saying. It
ugly
really doesn't
vagina.
matter. when it
You know what I
comes to it.
mean? It's,
But when you're
you
looking
just
at
your
somebody
brain.
That's a good point.
You
like,
know what I
I mean-
mean? It's like post nut clarity, ladies. Let's keep it real. Post nut
but-
clarity. After you had an amazing orgasm, did you notice even more so that
No.
that motherfucker was ugly after you had the orgasm and it was all over, as opposed to maybe like during or before?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's an ugly motherfucker after it's over.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
You know, when you're back to reality, and then you start noticing things. But in the middle of it and during, man, I don't give a fuck, man.
Right.
Well, let me tell you, hold on, let me see.
What about
Was it a sex video or just pictures?
I think it was pictures.
Okay, because I'm like, they wiped the internet good at them shits. Because
Yeah, she
hold
probably
on,
has a
is
good
this
team.
her?
She probably has a really good team.
Oh, okay, I see it.
What's it giving, Jen?
I don't know. Let me see a better picture in better light.
Was it a botched slit from God?
So what about
Okay, here's one.
I'm screenshotting that face. I'm screenshotting that face as we
Hold on,
speak
let me
right now.
put my light up on the phone.
Wait, what did I miss? Who are we looking at here? Is there a particular person?
Hope Solo. What sport is she in?
She was the goalkeeper for USA Soccer women's team.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So what about large clitoris? Do they freak you out, or is that a turn on?
No,
I like it.
saw a large clitoris, and
Okay. I see why men would probably. Let me send this on over to you, Lily.
Oh, okay, because I was about to look it up. Okay, send it on over.
I can see why men were like, "What the fuck happened here?" It looks like a shotgun bullet wound.
Yo,
Looks like a shotgun blast. It looked like they told her lay down and shot her in the vagina with a shotgun shell.
Oh, she didn't even get the slit.
yo.
She didn't get the proper.
That might be some ingrown hairs.
I'm looking at it right now.
Are you seeing
getting
it?
canceled.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it.
Lily, I just sent it to you.
That might be some.
We came
And
for
Lily,
we came for one
you
of
got
America's
listen,
darling.
Lily, you got to delete that because if one of us passes away, they're gonna think I sent you my vagina,
What-
and
no.
that's my.
What's so funny is I just said.
I will say though, this the set that I'm looking.
I had to give No Saint, right, an example of what you were talking about.
Yeah.
So I sent them right and wrong, and not. I said, "You get it?" He said he got it. I said, "Okay, now let me erase this shit."
I have to say though,
Lily, I just wrote under the picture. This is Hope Solo's vagina.
I just want to say that the set that I'm looking at right now, it
I'm
ends with a
done.
man putting It ends with a man putting his mouth on this vagina. So, like I said before,
Wait, there's a no. I thought. Wait, are you sure that's her? Because it was pictures leaked, not video.
Well, no, it's pictures leaked. It's pictures leaked. But at the end of this, if this is her vagina, there's a man with his goddamn mouth on this vagina that seems to be shaved in the same fucking manner. So
I don't know. You probably not. I just sent it to. I sent you her shit with her face.
No, this is her. This is her. No, this is. Yeah,
you sure?
I'm looking at the. You showed me. You're showing me the same picture I'm looking at right now. So
okay.
I'm gonna send.
That's her husband. I'm literally looking at a photo of her husband with his mouth on it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same thing.
Okay, so this is I will say, because I'm a very, Lily, I'm a girl's girl. I'm team girl. But this is the first time where I did see a vagina. That was kind of disturbing.
Yeah, that's a disturbing one. That is very, it looks like it's been through a lot.
Right. Because it's like some women have big labia, some women got flat pussies, some women got big clits, some girls have big hoods on their clit. This one looks like it's been through some trauma or something.
I will say one thing though. I was with a girl one time before, and I would say she had a beautiful fucking vagina. I sat there.
Okay, so what does that look like?
It was very, it was very, how can I say this? It was very well kept in it looked like a V, and nothing was too big. Nothing was too big or too small. I even looked at it for a minute and just admired the symmetry, you know what I mean, of certain things, and the way when she spread her legs, the way the hole just opened like a flower, and it was just a sight.
Wait a minute. It's flower. Wait a minute. Is flower something that y'all guys use to describe vaginas in general?
Yes.
A beautiful one, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, a beautiful one, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think
yes,
it is a unconscious bias when it speaks to vagina, because that's purity. That's the ultimate.
Yes,
I thought it was because it has layers.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was purity.
You're giving it too much. You're giving it too much. Ain't nobody thinking that deep, Jen. Stop that.
No, I'm not. No, chocolate.
Yeah, like rose,
they really,
like rose petals.
Right.
No.
Yes,
Like
that's how they describe it, because that's how I was describing.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. We
like the petals.
Right.
No, it was like petals and like a leg spread. It was like I heard harps. You know what I mean? Playing like
it was like,
you know what I mean?
Birds,
like,
bluebirds in the back.
Doves? No, it was doves. It was doves.
The Disney bluebird.
The shit had an aura to it. You know what I mean? It's like, wow,
it ain't no pigeon
beautiful vagina.
Right.
It's a beautiful vagina. Thank you for the super chat, Jamal. Jamal says some women have lips. Some women's pussy lips look like a wizard's sleeve.
Oh.
Wait, what?
What?
Damn.
Yo. This is my issue. The moment the men have a chance to punch down on the women, they will take it. Like, why?
Wait a minute.
That's okay. That's okay.
Now, I will tell y'all one story.
Because when we get on long balls,
of a very frightening story that deals with vagina. Very frightening story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I came by, in a woman's house, and you know what I mean, I was rather excited, and from there, you know what I mean, and we about to get into it. And there was a very faint but distinct smell in the air.
Oh God.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? We're still clothed at this moment. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
That's called Badusi.
So I'm thinking, and I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking to myself, like, to me, like, she was like, I'm just going to the bathroom real quick. I'm like, okay. I'm saying to myself, is it me? Because when she left, the smell still lingered, and I'm like, oh shit, what's going on right here? And then I'm kind of freaking out a little bit because, like I said, I'm not sure if it's me because the smell is there with me. She came back in with just lingerie on, and that whole room just exploded, and I'm just like, oh dear God, oh dear God.
Ugh.
I was just like, no, 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 no. I'm like, oh my goodness. I was like, I had to cancel. I was like, hey, I left. I think I told I left something on the stove or something. I don't fucking know. I said whatever I needed to say to get the fuck out of there. Okay. And the
Mm-mm.
smell was so strong. The smell was so strong that when I left, and as
It
I
was
am walking, and I'm blocks away from this woman's home, I don't know if it got into my clothes or something, you know what I mean? And
Ugh.
I was like, and I'm
Okay,
saying
so
to myself,
all right, let's pull you out of that, Haram. Let's pull you out of that. So
I'm sorry.
are we? Let's
The
pull you
trauma,
out. Okay.
the trauma.
yeah.
All right. So did we ask all the guys about their vagina stories? We did. Did Reese answer? Tristan, you guys are good on the. Can we move on?
Yeah, we can move on.
Okay.
Unless Reese sexual harassment story has something more interesting, which I guess he will.
I want to address this because I'm always surprised at and I hope all the men watching listen to me right now because I'm always surprised at how much men enjoy, love, and chase the vagina and how little they know about it. Like,
Ooh.
yes, y'all spend your entire lives chasing something that you don't know the mechanics of, that you don't know why it looks the way it looks, that you don't know what it go. It's really interesting. So let me read this. At best, if it's beat like roast beef, I'll say, been around the block a few times. I'm going in, right?
Wait,
So
what?
the roast beef thing that men talk about, or if it's loose, or if it's big, or you have to know that is just genetics. That is
Right.
how her body is built. It's the difference between having the cankle nipple or the pointy nipple or the flat nipple or being an A cup or a double D cup or having brown eyes or blue eyes or having a naturally big ass or big tits. The way your vagina is shaped is just the natural way it's shaped. It has absolutely nothing to do with how many sexual partners the woman has had. If I'm lying, I am flying. I watched a documentary with prostitutes, and they had some of the most well kept, flat vaginas, and they were prostitutes. So
Yep.
if somebody was taking dick, it's a prostitute. So you guys have to understand because that meme went wild, and then men started thinking, "Oh, she been around the block because she got the rose beaten." It's just how she's built. That's just like, and this is a great segue. Some of you have ugly dicks. Okay, I've seen maybe two pretty dicks in my entire life.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay.
What,
I've
let's
seen
go.
maybe two pretty dicks my entire life to the point where I nicknamed this guy PD, pretty dick, right? And he used to laugh about it. I'm like, yo, you have the prettiest dick I've seen. So do not think that strange looking vaginas, right? It's exclusive, right? Some of you men have ugly dicks. Some of you were circumcised badly. Okay.
Oh, I
Some
can't
of you
stand
have
bad circumstance.
right. Some of you have discoloration. Some of you have funny shaped dick heads. Some of your pee holes aren't in the right place. Okay. Some of your dicks don't match your nuts.
The
Okay.
long ones, long nuts.
Some of you have more nuts than dick.
It
Okay.
looked like what is it look like oh God. I gotta figure out the analogy for it. It's like these
I will
two
not
big
be here
old
for this
balls,
slander.
and then
It's
there's
a
like
gummy
so
worm
yeah,
sitting
but I
on
will
two.
say
like a worm
It's a
coming
gummy
out of an apple or something.
worm, right?
okay, so I'll say this. Yes, we will fall in love with you and your ugly dick and accept it. But if and we break up, I promise you, our girlfriends will know you were the guy with the ugly dick. Okay, just for the record. Now, I'm just saying that to say, if we meet a guy that has a beat up looking dick, that doesn't mean he's fucked a lot of women. It just means that's how he's built, right? But it surprises me how much men don't know about women's bodies, their tits, their ass, their vagina, yet they spend an entire lifetime chasing it.
Well,
And you
you
don't
know,
know shit about a vagina.
Very true.
So how
Learn,
come his
play,
dad
people play
sex ed?
Powerball
Like
and
that's a
learn,
requirement in school.
Learn about vaginas,
People
guys.
play
It's better. For,
Powerball and don't realize that they're never gonna win.
You
Okay,
have
you'll
to
say I will play these
study.
numbers. Okay, don't
I
ruin
guess
it.
it's
Don't
just
ruin it.
right.
Okay.
You no,
Study
I'm
what you
serious.
want. Study what you like.
Yeah. And
But
you're a better
It.
lover. You're a better lover when you know what it is
That's
you're
what I've been
fucking
told. I
chasing.
mean, yeah, you're right.
You just I mean, women, we study dicks, guys. We
It's
study
interesting.
I
dicks.
thought my
Well,
partner used to call my dick the elbow.
Oh, because the curve?
Yeah.
are you sure
I
it
thought
wasn't
he meant
Captain
that.
Hook, or are you sure? Because I
No,
know
that
a
was the other
couple.
one. That was the other
Oh,
one who called me the hook.
I was
The
wondering
other
if
one,
you.
the other one called
Okay,
me the elbow.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
See,
Captain Hook
I
is, I think, my favorite one though. I like that one. Oh, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
no. I was just gonna say I didn't realize. I have my friend Michael. He's I've been knowing him since I was like he's a little older than me, but I've been knowing him since I was like 18. And he was the first person I ever knew. Like he's gay, and they have a prettiest dick contest, which I'd never heard. Yeah, in the French Quarter, I'd never heard of such a like. I didn't realize there. I
I
didn't realize
want
there
to
was.
judge.
I would
Right, I
love
didn't
to
realize there
get
was such a
Jen, we
thing.
need to apply for that.
For
Right,
real.
I've never been to New Orleans. That sounds fun.
Let's do it. Us three, we be judges
That
next year.
sounds
But-
fun. Out the gate, I can tell you. Come on,
Oh,
man.
hell
That was
fucking
the
yeah.
first I'd
Pretty
ever
dick
heard of
contest.
people.
Lay it on the table, buddy. Let me see it
People
all. Yeah,
judging.
See what you're working with.
right on. Come here. Yeah. Okay,
So
I'm sorry. No thanks.
You over there.
Okay.
Right.
Oh,
What's it, George? I don't know what you
Right.
mean, George. George said, wait a minute, Jen. Rastus looks pretty damn good. I don't know what rastus is. Rastus. I don't know what that means. You got to explain what that is, George. Yeah, so it's like, men have all kinds of dicks, and some of them, they'll get pulled out, and you'll be like, oh, that's pretty. That looks like a dildo. That's cute. Hey, baby. Right?
Notice one thing, fellas. These aren't the kind of women that get invited to a lot of these manosphere sex talks. These are women
because
who
they
know
don't
what
want the
they
truth. Because they can't handle the truth.
listen, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it like Umar Johnson. Jen, I'll do it like Umar. Pay me $500, and I will come over there. And I bet you I can get you some.
Real.
I can get you some Uchi Wawa by the weekend. I bet you. No, 90-day guarantee, brother. I'm telling you, I put it. I put the P in panties. Okay, I hook you up.
3 months guarantee.
Come on.
Now, I will
buddy.
say this. With that said, guys, there's somebody for everybody. A woman will love you and your crooked cock as is, okay? and love you to no end. Just be good, because the first argument, you're gonna be that crooked cock motherfucker.
I'm sure.
But the time to settle down is
don't worry about it, fellas.
working. Don't let it stop working now. You want to come talking about you ready to settle down. Nobody.
Yeah,
man.
man.
It's broke. You're broke.
We're not even at our peak yet. So how you coming over here with this old raggedy, and I did say raggedy. Put it away, sir.
Look at Tristan's. Jay-Z has a curve.
I don't care about him. I can't think about anything on his body. He looks like
Lily was like, how do we have this tea? Well, when he said,
my mom was like,
right, how do I have, well, the rumor is when he said in the song, hope you can handle this curve, that he was talking about his penis.
I don't care. I can't get past that face. Like, I can't. And that Basquiat hair, I can't do it. Like, what is you doing?
I don't like the Basquiat hair. I don't like it.
No, Basquiat, because he ain't painting shit. Jay-Z don't paint. Like, he rap. He don't paint shit. So it's Basquiat. I'm sorry, I'm on one. I done had my feel for the night. Like, it's so you catching me like really extra.
You full auntie mode right now.
I love
she in
it.
Brown liquor auntie mode.
No, that fucking made my fucking eyes tear up. What, the Basquiat?
Yes. He ain't painted
The
shit,
horse.
so we can't. It's beyond
Is that like horse
cutting.
divers? Is that like
No,
horse
I don't
divers?
like it. I don't
Let me
like
tell you
it.
something. Jay-Z's face look like them vaginas y'all don't like, okay?
He
Oh,
looks like
shit.
the camel, the cigarette camel. Remember Joe Camel? Do you remember
Jesus
Joe
Christ.
Camel? If you was a
Oh,
kid
Yes.
and you ever got a magazine, Joe Camel was in there, and that is Jay-Z. Always has been, always will be.
We remember Joe Camel.
Somebody said that in this record.
Yeah.
His jacket is making me think of that, like the Christmas catalog when the dude be riding on the horses with the Clydesdales
Yeah.
with your hat on,
Yo.
and we don't even know.
Leave our Ron alone. Oh my God! This was a sexy
She had
Saturday
that
like a
Hennessy white. She
motherfucker.
ain't had no regular Hennessy. She had that Hennessy white.
I'm off the cranberry
Oh my
juice.
God.
Right.
Shit.
Oh my God.
Shit.
I knew she was
it's
ready
been a
for the
long
bombs
week.
once I saw the glasses. Sunglasses.
Hold up, right?
Telling you,
Because
man.
I
Nice
look.
dark as hell.
I don't even
She
know
got
if I'm
sunglasses.
looking straight, like Tristan, for real. Because I'm like, am I even looking at the camera properly? So I was like,
It's all
okay,
right.
I'm gonna have to get it together tonight. But I
Oh
don't
my
like to
goodness.
say. I'm gonna try, and I wanted to, and I saw you guys were still on. I was like, all right, cool. At least if it's a few
Yo,
minutes,
look.
just shoot the shit with y'all.
Y'all,
And
y'all
I
need the
apologize,
three of
Jen.
y'all.
I'm already at
The three of
1,000.
y'all.
Please don't
They
apologize.
shit.
Please don't.
The three of
No
y'all need to get together and go to some city. We gonna call that shit the Brown Liquor Auntie Tour. And we gonna it's coming to a town near you. And we
Oh
gonna have that
shit.
shit live
I
stream.
will
I'm
share
with it.
something. I will share something. This is my alter ego. Now, I know you guys had said this yesterday about my sense of humor, and I so appreciated that. And so I was like, let me just share this. I did the Tempe Improv. I did 5 minutes. Yeah, I did. You know, I was told, and I was invited back. I was like, okay, move out the way, Dave Chappelle. I'm about to make that money.
Congrats, Mama. But no, we were giving you more flowers earlier because I was like, listen. I was like, you know what? I was thinking about Chocolate Earth earlier today, and I'm like, I know who she reminds me of. She gives me that sensual, sexy Jill Scott vibe.
Oh, stop. That's my girl. She don't know she's my sister, but thank you so much.
I was like, she gives me that. So we are happy that you came back.
Her.
Don't apologize for shit. We needed you up here tonight.
Oh
This shit
my
was
gosh,
so
y'all
bomb.
killing me. Y'all killing me. Like I came on some wow.
Okay, I got an idea for the Brown Liquor Tour for the aunties. All right, watch your DMs because I got an idea.
I'm down. Let's go.
Crazy. I'm scared.
Yes, because I will talk it all day. Okay. Yes, I'm down. Come on with it.
It's something that we can do where we all are right now, right? What state we're. I'm gonna get with y'all. Okay, you gonna like this.
Hit me, because I'm down. Okay. I'm so down for the shenanigans. So yes, it needs to happen. We need to go over there. I'm telling you. Okay, listen. If anybody in the panel, anybody in the chat. No, the manosphere is $500, $250 up front. Book the date. Okay. I'll give you 45 minutes, including questions. And I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna be Andrew Tate. What? Like I'm gonna have you looking fantastic by the time it's over. I'm gonna be the next
3-month guarantee. A
3-month
guarantee.
Young. 3 months. I'm gonna have you. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing. You gonna be throwing panties out your pockets, just draw. No, baby, fighting them off you. Follow my course, son. God. Hit the cash app, Jen, on this, write this, write this, do this. No, I'm just okay. I'm sorry. Let me calm down.
All right, guys. So are we gonna close?
This was an excellent show.
This was a good one. I don't know Saint. No Saint hit me in the back chat.
I want to close out my first.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, Reese. What you got for us?
Okay, so since we're talking about sex and stuff, what better way to go out than with some poetry? So I wrote one special for you, Jen.
Oh, damn. I'm ready, Reese.
Wait a minute. Can I get my lighter? Can we show that on YouTube?
Green.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm being hold on.
Let me get my
Y'all ready?
lighter.
You can do the light.
Yeah.
You
All
can
right.
do the light.
Hey.
Oh, you can do the
Okay.
light.
Yeah, I can do the
Here
lighter.
we go.
Go on. And I'm snapping.
Here we go.
Right. Okay.
The
Yeah.
dream.
Bebop,
Jen and Anna
go ahead.
at my place now. Laid face
Oh,
down,
Jesus.
wiggling their waists around. I let the
Do
eel
it.
spray paste on their face so you can taste Lex Steel twin brother from the waist down. They not too thick and they cute too. And they gonna make this dick do what their food do. With no hands. Activate your Bluetooth. I got the pointer in your back like voodoo. Your man wants your
Voodoo.
yoo-hoo, the Duke shoot. He a Fruit Loop. I'ma ask you
Loop.
where you want the goo, boo. And when you pop out the 12 like a cuckoo and I'm through,
Ooh.
shoot, blood everywhere. Fuck Suwoo. Now if you strip for me after good tail and head, I'ma cover you with green like stale bread. No shorts.
Alright.
I should show y'all my pale legs. And I'm always spitting high like a whale's head. And if your man tries to pop and miss, I got the chopper hipped, clipped long and curved like my dick from the stock to tip. And when I stop and let it spit, fuck it, I let it buck and make his truck stand up like Optimus.
Bow, 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 bow. Bow, bebop, bebop,
And on that note,
bebop, skibbity
I
bop.
love you all. Class dismissed.
Sexy Saturday on the fucking block. That's all I got to say.
Woo! A lot of oohs and ahs
Oh,
in that motherfucker. But,
I was like, I felt attacked.
Wow.
All right.
I got
But
lost
that's
at
real
blood. Why I said
intense.
blood's not sexy. I
Don't
just
do
got lost
it.
at blood.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't.
Yeah, when that
don't try
line came, I was
that.
like, okay,
I was like,
but he
oh.
connected it to the blood gang. Hey, how
Right,
romantic is
right.
that? That's
Oh.
romantic. That's what I
Bebop.
need. That's what I need in my poetry. The blood
Right.
gangs.
Skibbity,
Gangs.
skibbity, skibbity,
Bangs
skibbity,
and
pop,
guns
pop.
and shootouts.
Yes.
That's hot.
Wow. That's
Talk to
hot.
me in my language, baby. Shootouts and Timberlands.
Right. I'm like, okay.
Wow. Just please don't have long balls or don't be ashy. Please
No
put
ashy
lotion
dick.
on your butt cheeks, please. Can we talk about that for just a second? I know we're closing out, so I'm gonna keep it real quick. I just have a list of demands. I'm putting together my manifesto, but I have a list of demands. Can we lotion it up? Lotion it up. Just, it's okay. You lotion. Even around your butt. Like you don't gotta put it in your butt, just around your butt at the top
Around.
part to you.
The
Your back
perimeter.
is okay. You can
The
do your
perimeter.
shoulders. Right. Please don't just lotion your face and your feet. That doesn't work. I just have that demand. And please don't put cologne on over funk. Like that's not all right.
Oh, hold on. You
That's-
getting guys to put lotion on their feet? You're doing better than me. Go on.
Yo,
In them black
they don't
socks.
do that?
In the black socks. That's where the lotion is. In the black socks, not on their feet. Because that's
How
why
about
they be
when you're in the shower, guys, wash below your knees, calves.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
like your shins and your calves and your feet.
you can wash
below
your whole body, right? Like it's not inappropriate to touch yourself when you
I'm
cleaning
concerned.
your body.
Where the water
I'm
falls,
concerned.
the
I'm very
What-
concerned
what-
right now.
what-
Don't say
And a
it. That's not
washcloth.
what I'm saying.
Like it's
No
okay.
saying, no saying where the water falls, it falls.
That's what they be thinking
Like
for
what?
real. Like the water hit it.
No,
Hey, I got wet. It's wet. It's clean. I wetted it.
No. And the 5-in-1 Suave set is not for everything. Okay, there's other body washes on deck. Let's try out. Stop buying the all 3-in-1. Okay, can we stop doing that? That's
they
not for
love
you.
Who are these
men love that.
men?
Men love that 3-in-1.
Yeah,
Men
what's
love
that
that.
What's that spray? That
Axe.
Axe.
I was
yeah.
so. Listen,
Bum chicka wow
Y'all
wow.
don't
no.
fuck with the shea butter body wash?
We're not talking about like people who really like to bathe. We're talking about people who
The
might
basic.
hit or miss.
The basic.
I like
Okay.
the shea butter. I would like to smell something other than fucking cocoa butter. I get it. It's cultural.
Yeah.
But I would like to smell another scent.
But
There
why
are
are you
millions.
cocoa buttered up? Like what are you doing?
Why can't they just go
There's
to Bath and
millions.
Body Works? They
Go to
have a
Bath and
men's
Body
set.
Works. There
That's-
are millions. There
I
are
have the whole
millions of
ocean
scents.
set. I have
I
the
don't
whole
want you
and
to
it-
be cooked. I don't want you to look like.
However,
I'm about to cook
as a
you.
man, I will say this. As a man, I ain't trying to walk out the house smelling like a Granny Smith. Okay, you know what I mean? I ain't
You
trying
have to smell like a Granny Smith.
You want to
You know
smell
what I
like
mean?
that?
You
No,
know what I
because
mean?
his jacket smells like a man, and that's the only
Like,
way that a man should smell is like a man.
wait.
My class is
As
gonna
a
be all of September
There's
2028.
a whole section. No, there's a whole section for men that's not cocoa butter.
Right.
Okay, I
Smell
need to
like
be clear though.
apricots, peaches.
I'm not trying to show
grapes.
up smelling like brute. I'm not.
Oh,
This ain't
yes.
blaxploitation. We ain't doing
Why not?
blaxploitation movie. Okay.
That was
No,
awesome,
I'm not
though.
trying to
No,
smell
Bath
like.
and Body Works
I
got a
ain't trying
real
to smell
dope
like.
Bath and Body Works got a real dope men's section.
Yeah, I
Okay,
had
cool,
the whole
cool.
collection
This
here.
smell good.
Well,
This is
here's
more
another
smell
demand I
good,
have.
you know.
I'm sorry, Haran, give me just a second. Here's another thing,
Yeah,
ladies.
we know.
Ladies in the chat and who may hear the replay. Jen, I think you can understand. Lily, I think you know what I'm about to say. You're going to get it. Stop giving gift boxes to your sons. Okay, stop giving your 35, 45-year-old son that same suave gift set every Christmas. He going to wear it all year. All year he's going to wear it. Don't do that. Sisters, cousins, friends, stop doing that. Just get them a bottle of cologne and give them a Walmart gift card, because stop doing the set. Because then they smelling like the lotion. They got all of it on layered all at one time. And it's all gone.
I see something here, guys. Maybe you could try it out. Bath and Body Works is called Graphite for men. Looks interesting. The bottles are nice. It's gray, silver, and black. You know those are my colors.
The ocean will get you the most compliments.
The ocean?
Hold for a second.
Yes.
Hold for a second. Every man should at least have 5 cents. Okay, you should at least have 5 cents for different.
Yeah, because everything doesn't mix with your skin. So I'm sorry,
Right,
Tristan.
and you should also,
some dudes smell like ocean, but it's toxic ocean. It's not. It's not nice ocean.
No matter to me.
They smell like the bay. They smell like the bay. They smell like the bay.
Oil spill.
Body in it.
Wait, they don't look.
Body in it.
We got to get FEMA involved. FEMA got to get called up.
You mean to tell me they don't know how to wash?
FEMA needs to quit.
We're out of here. All right, let's close.
Good night.
Let's close. Good night.
Good night.
Thanks for hanging, No Saint. I know you got to wake up early.
Good night, No Saint. Good night, guys. Good night, chat.
Wrap it up.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, good night. I was waiting for Tristan to hit us with the wrap up music. What you got for us, Tristan? And don't say you don't got nothing ready. You had 3 hours, buddy.
Right.
Fine.
Put me on the big screen.
I love that hair, Lily.
I look just like my mom with this hair. It's crazy, scary.
Good night, Jamal.
Just for you suckers out there who don't wash, all right? If you must do something, don't wait. Life goes faster than you think. So wash your ass. Because based on that conversation, y'all don't wash, and I'm concerned. And that's dangerous. And I feel bad for all you women. Y'all gotta deal with the funky feet. I love you all. Class dismissed. Good night.
Good night, guys. And also, look at your fingernails, fellas. If you wouldn't lick food off your finger, don't put it in a woman's vagina. All right? On that note, good night. If you're still here, hit that like and subscribe on your way out. Meet us on Tuesday. I don't think I'm going to be up on Monday because I went straight through Friday and Saturday. So, and if you want to support the show after the replay, Cash App On The Block with Jen. If you want to see me online, On The Block with Jen on all social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and On The Block with Jen and Gmail. If you want to contact me about a collaboration, an interview, or a topic. Good night, Spanky Big Head. Good to have you here. Okay. I see you, Brianne, Jamal. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for holding me down in the chat. I will see you next time. Woo, that was a doozy. Good night, guys. Hope you enjoyed.